The Philadelphia Sixers got packed up and sent home. The Milwaukee Bucks got packed up and sent home. And now we have a second-round series on our hands between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Fellas, talk to me about what you seen last night in both elimination games. Swiper, you.
Yeah, come on and bring Ticket all up in here, man. Talking all that jazz yesterday was wrong. Was 0 for 3. He's gonna be real quiet today. He's gonna make excuses for Doc Rivers. He's gonna make excuses for Tyrese Maxey. Matter of fact, Ron, forget the show start. He said Tyrese Maxey is gonna be the leading scorer in the game yesterday. Wrong. Said Jalen Brunson wasn't gonna score 35 points yesterday or more. Wrong. He said that Philly was gonna get it done on his home court and that the Knicks wouldn't close him out. Wrong. Do you know that since I've met Ticket, the great mind himself, the great man himself, he is 0-4. He's been swept in every argument that him and I have ever debated. This is Jokic versus LeBron type beef. This is Bird versus Jordan type beef. This is literally a demolition. Tick has yet to be right about something versus me, and he even did off that nonsense talking about some Tyrese Maxey going to be the leading scorer. Hey, question, Chill, how many points did Tyrese Maxey have going into the fourth quarter? Do you remember? Do you remember?
I think he had 12 or maybe 13.
Might have been 10 points. Might have been 10 points. Could have been 10 points. And then nothing. And Jalen Brunson would put them in the box the entire second half. The entire second half. Double coverage, cooking them. Hedge, cooking them. Trap, cooking them. All of it. So I just wanted to go ahead and say it from the start, man. I don't want that to pass because I know sometimes we get really deep in the conversation. We forget what happened the day before, but all right, cool. I just want to make it known.
Ticket before you go any further, just so you know, Tyrese Maxey had 12 in the fourth quarter last night. So he wasn't boxed up. It's just not true. He was not. He was not boxed up last night.
Who wasn't boxed up?
Maxey. He was not boxed up last night.
He was boxed up in the first three quarters, 1,000%. Yeah, he was. I don't hear this. And then Jalen Brunson went off. Don't matter. What did Jalen Brunson do, Chill?
Oh, he went for 41.
Let me answer my brother by first saying.
How many assists?
You want to cook?
12.
What you want to crack up?
That's 4 straight 39-point games? 39 or more?
I think he's averaging 30. I think he's averaging 36.
Mars did it 4?
Yeah. I think he's averaging 36 a game in the series.
Let me answer what he said. Let me answer what he said because he made some good points. First of all,
made some good points.
Buck series don't count. You play a Buck team without
the Buck series don't count. You just gave Doc Rivers credit the other day.
Can I listen to you?
No, because you trying to man. You trying to do this.
No, I'm saying I respect you and listen to your whole soliloquy. So if you're not gonna let me answer,
no, go ahead.
You don't need for us to have a conversation.
Go ahead, StubHub. You got it. My bad.
Oh, okay. All right. If you want to believe that, believe that. You know what I'm saying? You're a funny cat, right? Okay. So yeah, Ron, want to be me up here. He comes in here with soliloquy this morning. First of all, we're not going to count the Bucks series because the best player didn't even play the whole series, and I'm disappointed in Giannis because I feel like he should have tried to give it a go at least last night. At least give it a go last night. I know everybody's gonna say, nah, he shouldn't have played because of the injury. It's too safe. This is what made dude legends. This is what made Willis Reed. Everybody remember Willis Reed. This is what made Isaiah Thomas. Everybody remember Isaiah Thomas. It ain't about, hey man, it's about showing your teammates that, hey, you out here going to work for me. Let me go out here and show you guys, even if it's for a few minutes. And I go out here and say, hey, coach, I couldn't go. That you don't know what that could do to your team. So for me, Giannis was big in this series because they for most of the series for Siakam. Now, to your thing about the Knicks, I guess Becky Hammond was wrong. See, when I play games with you guys, and I'm going to say this again, right? When I play these mental games with you guys, I show everybody on YouTube how these dudes are clowns and how I have them in the palm of my hand, right? So anybody that listened to me, they listened to one thing I said, and the reason why I had an issue on this channel before they bought this Wanna Be Me on here is because we got into it over the situation with Becky Hammond.
We don't even look alike.
You wasn't here, so you don't know. We actually got into the situation because I'm the one who told these guys I felt like after at first saying that I didn't think Jalen Brunson was on that level. But after I saw him leveling up this year, I said, you know what? I feel like this dude probably could lead that team to an NBA championship, to an NBA finals, as an NBA finals contender. Everybody on here told me no, and that Becky Hammond was wrong, and right, and I was wrong. And I got suspended from the channel. I was watching this and all kind of stuff because I went against that bull jive narrative. And now he has a good chance of getting his team to the conference finals, and they may beat the Celtics and go to the NBA finals. And if he does, that means Becky Hammond was wrong, and I was right again. Right now, the series that we picked, only reason why I picked against Brunson is because he was missing his second best player. And when I said what I said about Brunson, I didn't know that at that time Julius Randle was not out for the season. So when you take another all-star dude out, and now I'm even more impressed with Brunson because he's doing this all strictly with role players. See, when I made my pick, I didn't make it just thinking he could take these role players on. So I give him props. You were right about that. I was wrong. Also, yes, it is apropos to criticize Tyrese Maxey. I thought he underperformed in the first half or the first 3 quarters of that game last night. I didn't think he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid, yes, it's always something with him in the playoffs. He did have 39. You got 20 from Big T, Buddy Hield off the bench, and it still wasn't enough. So I won't do what you guys did to Doc Rivers, which is blame the coach. I won't blame the players because, like we said, Tyrese Maxey, you don't show up like that in the first 3 quarters. That hurts your team from going in the fourth quarter with a lead. That hurt the game. And then the last thing you said something else about the Miami Heat or Celtics series. That series don't even count. We don't even count that Jimmy didn't play. So why are we counting series?
Hell no, we ain't doing that. Hell no, we are not doing that. You know why we not doing that? Because when they lost, your ass was all over me when they beat them.
I was trolling like
hell no, we ain't doing that. No way. Hell no, we ain't doing that.
Mars. Rubbing off on people. Mars.
You, Mars. I was just trolling like Mars.
So now you're trolling. But if they beat them again and we went to game 6, you still trolling, Ticket?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Hell no, you ain't doing that.
No. I said I would have trolled you. Yeah, I would have. I'm admitting. Yeah, I would have trolled you. Yeah. No, but realistically,
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Realistically, I do have to Swiper about the stuff he said about Jalen Brunson was more correct, even though y'all already knew all in here. That's why we got into the whole situation was based off of Jalen Brunson, Becky Hammond situation. And so everybody was telling me a week ago when I wasn't on here, people were saying, yeah, I guess Becky Hammond was right. Nope. I guess Becky Hammond ass might have been wrong because I want to see who you guys are going to pick in that Pacers-Knicks series. And that's going to get real interesting because if the Knicks get to the conference finals and they beat the Celtics,
Becky Hammond was, just to be clear, Becky Hammond wasn't wrong. She 1,000%. The issue is that Becky Hammond was stating a general consensus that you cannot be a small guard. And I know. I get what she said about Jalen Brunson. I think she was still right when she said it. Jalen has to prove it.
How is she right? No, I'm saying how is she right? If he literally hold on one second. Look what I'm saying. How is she right if he goes out this year and proves her wrong when she said that he could not do that? She didn't say. I didn't say he couldn't do it.
So, and again, that's what I'm saying. If I can finish a statement without this man with these glasses on indoors with no lights on, interrupting me. Listen, what I was telling you is that the issue with Jalen Brunson is at the time that she said that there had not been any other guard other than Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry, and maybe you can remind me of another one that was the number 1 option that led his team to the NBA Finals and won it. Other than those two, you said who?
Bob Cousy.
Yeah, Bob Cousy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the players. So again, throughout NBA history, that would be correct. Now, the issue with Jalen Brunson and by the way, let me also remember, chill. We talked about this. I don't know who else was on this team. The Knicks were better without Julius Randle. Why did I say they're going to be better without Julius Randle? Because Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Isaiah Hartenstein or Mitchell. All that together is going to be a swarming defense, and they're going to be a better team collectively because when you put that many wings around Jalen Brunson and positive defenders that are all switchable, plus an interior defender and offensive rebounders like Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, they are just a different functioning team. And again, they're gonna struggle. The Tom Thibodeau method is going to be they're all going to be in a situation where they're going to be playing their starters 44 minutes a game. They got barely any bench production. Sure, they get 5 points from the bench yesterday.
5 points from the bench yesterday.
From Deuce? I think they're all from Deuce, maybe?
That was it. The 76ers got 42 points from the bench yesterday. Right. And then Batum was cooking in the first half. And then all of a sudden, Buddy Hield decides he wants to throw it back 5 years ago and show up for his first good playoff game. But I think that
one second, Chill. I want to give you. I just want to.
No, Chill. You go ahead. You go ahead, Chill. You go ahead. Don't let him interrupt you. Chill. Go ahead.
Wear glasses too. You don't talk about what to do on my show. You shut the hell up when the final boss is talking.
You said, what did you say? I didn't hear you. You broke up. You broke up.
Wear glasses too because, like I said, it's not good to look at the screen and look at the light for a long period of time. I got serious migraines from that. That's the reason why I wear glasses like that. No, seriously.
Right.
It's not good.
These are my computer glasses. No, I get it. I'm with you. I have computer glasses for when I'm writing and all that.
You use a light too, like some of us use. I don't know if you got a light behind you.
I got one right here.
I got one right here.
Standing into that for a long time, that gives you migraines and headaches and messing with your eyes over time. So that's why. But chill, before you go, I just want to say this. I'm not saying Swiper wasn't right about Jalen Brunson. I don't disagree with what he's saying now. I didn't think that and it wasn't because of Jalen Brunson. I didn't think because of the bigs that they were going to be able to control the series. Jalen Brunson went above and beyond in this series, even what I thought. Now, you have people saying dumb stuff like Jay Williams saying that right now he's the best Knick of all time. That's BS. Patrick Ewing took the Knicks to the NBA Final and played for a whole decade. So a dude that played for 2 years and went to the second round, he's all of a sudden better? No. But do I think, and this is what the last thing I'm going to say to you, Swiper, that what Becky Hammond said was about Jalen Brunson. She said he can't do it. I have her quote. She says he can't do it. And this is my whole point against what she said. She wants to become a coach in the NBA. Chilltown, all you guys know this. And this is my point because I want everybody to understand this. You're not going to get a job. You're coming into a franchise. If she goes and coaches the Knicks and she tells Jalen Brunson, hey, you can't lead this team, she's out of there. Them guys going to run her out of the
She's not the coach ticket.
I don't know, but you're not hearing
how many times we got to go over this dumb shit? She's not the coach. She's not the coach. She can make a statement. Now,
listen to what I said, sir.
She is the coach. She is the coach. I understand what you're saying. We already been over this, bro. You was only upset because the woman said.
Well, what's the difference between that and Bob Myers? But Ticket, what's the difference between Becky Hammond saying it and Bob Myers?
No.
Fellas, we only got one mic. We only got one mic, y'all.
I got on Bob Myers too, because all I'm saying is this: if you're coaching, I don't care who you are. If you go into a team and you're coaching a team, you want to be a coach in the league. You haven't coached, but you want to be a coach. The last thing you want to do is go insult the best player of that franchise. I'll say what he can't do. See, even if you believe, hold on. Even if you don't coach the Knicks, hold on, but listen what I'm saying. Even if you don't believe that, you're not going into your locker room. Tibbs is not going in there saying, Jalen, you ain't the guy that can lead us to win a championship. He's not saying that. He's saying you are and you can. So all I'm saying to you guys is, as a coach, you are there to uplift and upbuild your players. So all I'm saying is that Becky, who is a good great basketball mind, all I'm saying is that if she wants to ingratiate herself and have guys more open, because you saw the reaction of his teammates when she said that, they frowned upon her because you're going to come in automatically and say what this guy can't do. Now, if he does get them to the finals, she's got to come back and say, you know what, I was wrong. And it's going to make her look bad because she is a good coach. I'm not saying she's not. I don't say she don't have a good basketball.
We've all been wrong about stuff. Here's the quote. Here's the quote. She said, I stand by my.
We got a $25 super chat from Pip named Slickback. He said, enough because this is disgusting. She said he cannot, quote unquote, he cannot be a 1A on a championship team. She did not say he cannot win. She did not say he cannot lead a team. Stop lying. Stop lying, bro. She's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Show her some respect.
Ron, you can put me out the channel as much as you want. It ain't gonna stop this truth and pimp.
I just want to know, is Ticket the only one that can talk, Ron? It
don't matter. You can't. I can't sell my soul ever.
Hold on. Let's get back to the. Let's get back to read the quote again. Let's not get off the subject.
I just wanted to read.
Let's get back. Ron, put the super chat back up here. Let's get back on that.
Yeah. Once again, I just wanted to just read what her response was. She said, "I stand by my statement that I can't put him in a LeBron, Steph, or Embiid type of 1A tier player. And if that's your best player, if your best player is the smallest player on the court, you probably won't win a championship. This game favors the tall." She wrote signing off as a small basketball player herself. She said probably won't win a championship. But once again, for me, I didn't disagree at the time because none of Jalen Brunson is not considered like one of the preeminent players in the league. No, well, this is the thing. If you
you said hold on. Stop right there. You said no, but he's an MVP candidate. So how not?
Wait, if MVP can't, what does that mean to me? I don't know what that means. Because are you in the conversation for MVP?
It means you're one of the best players in the world.
But if you in the conversation, he wasn't an MVP candidate. Like, not for real.
He's a top 5 MVP candidate this year.
He was?
No, this year he's a top 5 MVP candidate.
Sure, but yeah, he's right next to Jason Tatum. But I mean, so I think the thing with him, he's gonna put himself in the Jimmy Butler conversation. I think if he takes them to the finals, he's going to reach that conversation Jimmy is in, where it's like regular season, he might not be like an MVP, but by the time you get to the playoffs, he turns into a different dude. He ups his usage, ups his volume, becomes a different player.
I think he can win a chip. I'm going to tell you
win a chip doing what?
With this, hold on. With what I've seen with this team and how they handle Joel Embiid and those
they beat Embiid. They beat the Sixers. Why is that championship quality?
Hold on, wait, bro. Let me finish. Because I don't think that Denver's coming out the West. I think it will be Minnesota. I think the Knicks could beat Minnesota in a 7-game series because I think Tibbs could out-coach Chris. That's what I'm saying, bro. So all I'm saying to you is this. I think all the matchups Tibbs have left, he can out-coach all these guys. I think he can out-coach Rick Carlisle. I think he can out-coach Joe Mazzulla. And I think he can out-coach, if he goes to the finals, Chris Finch over there with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think he out-coaches all those guys. And like you said, for the very same reason, I don't see. And here's one last thing. Isaiah Thomas with the Boston Celtics probably would have went to the NBA Finals. He didn't get hurt that year. That year they went to the conference finals.
They're not beating Cleveland. They're not.
Okay.
They would have lost to the Warriors anyway. So.
Yeah, they would have been. LeBron James would have been switch hunting Isaiah Thomas the entire series.
Yes.
That wasn't the KD Warriors, was it? No, it wasn't.
2017. They were fighting to see who would lose to the Warriors. So.
They weren't beating them. But to swipe it back to your point,
go ahead.
I still feel like this Knicks team. I think Julius Randle, considering what they're doing, I think that he buys into what they're doing, and I think he helps them because he rebounds, because he defends, because he plays in transition. That's just another aspect of what the Knicks already do.
Is he a 1A Chill?
No, he's not saying that.
I'm asking Chill because Chill says stick to the question. So my question to Chill is if Jalen Brunson, and you too, Bob, if Jalen Brunson takes the Knicks to the NBA Finals, is he a 1A on a championship level team?
If he takes the Knicks to the NBA Finals,
if he wins the championship,
if he takes them there, I prove that I can get there as a number 1. I've proven that.
Right. So you're a 1A on a championship level team, right?
Yes,
yeah, that's not even something to debate. Ticket if he wins the championship, if he wins
not even winning, I'm
talking about win. If he wins the championship, as obviously their lead player, then it's nothing to talk about. He's 100%.
Now let me ask you this, Bob. Now, if he does that, wins the championship as a 1A, now to you, Swiper, Mars, and Chilltown, do that now put him on the level of LeBron's, KD,
not LeBron, no.
Yes, no. Listen, what I'm saying. I'm talking about as far as being.
I know where he going. I'm not,
bro. We already know that he don't have a career.
I know where he's going.
Ticket
logic. Keep going, Ticket. Ticket logic is I can do it.
If you take that team and leave them to win a championship, how are we not elevating you to levels of guys who have had other all-world talent to have to do it? Like LeBron
I don't understand the question.
Jalen Brunson would have hypothetically got a finals team, won a championship with a team that is inferior talent-wise to what KD did or LeBron did or whatever other NBA players did. So why are we not putting him on the level of those guys if he did it with less?
Right.
But what do you mean, like just in that individual season?
I'm not putting him on LeBron's level if he wins the championship.
No, not as a
LeBron had to go team up to do that. LeBron
I'm not doing that, bro.
No, I'm saying, but LeBron. No, hold on. As great as LeBron is,
team up to do what?
Hold on. But as great as LeBron is,
Ticky's logic is he had the team up to win.
AD, all those dudes had to go team up with other all-world players to win. If Jalen Brunson does it with role players, what are we saying?
If with the fifth?
No, I'm asking because he would have went through Embiid, he would have went through the Pacers, and he would have Celtics. He would have went through the Boston Celtics.
Embiid, the Pacers, and the Celtics.
Then he would have went through whoever came out the West.
If Embiid,
and
on top of that, if we're getting to the game, by the time Embiid gets to these 4 quarters, he's a shell of himself. He's not the same player. He doesn't have the stamina. I'm saying, but Ox, you already know how I feel. You already know how I feel. I'm not making this. I'm just telling you.
If you watch Embiid,
right. I'm not. You know how I feel about Embiid. I'm not trying to make excuses for anything.
In games,
he's not the same player.
He gets further and further away from the basket.
Or he sucks down the stretch. It's his shot making's always been a problem in the fourth quarter, and he's hurt. So I'm not making excuses. That's just what happened. So he had 2 points yesterday. In the fourth quarter, he was terrible all series, I believe. The entire series. So my whole thing is
late in games, ladies and gentlemen. Not the whole series, but late in games.
That's what I'm saying. Fourth quarter, late in games, all that stuff. So this is what hold on. Ticket. Hold on. So what I'm saying is that the thing with Jalen Brunson is I do think there's also context to be added. When we get to the Pacers series, I don't think the Pacers have a chance. Me personally. That's just me, though. But maybe I'm overvaluing the Knicks. Maybe I'm overvaluing the Knicks. I think the Knicks can win that in 5 or 6. That's just me. I could be wrong.
No. We're not about to get there yet.
I know. I'm just saying.
You said, hold on, but you're gonna remember this. You said Hali's better, so you're gonna stand on it.
I didn't forget.
Okay. So hold on.
Look. I got a couple chicks in my living room. That's 30 toes. We all standing down. My team, all right, we 30 toes down.
A couple chicks in your living room.
Focus,
How can Jalen Brunson, in their eyes, all I'm asking is this: how can he lead a team that's with role players, win a championship, and they still don't say, "Hey, man, this guy, he's in the same level playing wise as LeBron, KD."
What does that mean?
What
does that mean, though?
This is what Ticket is doing. Ticket is telling you that what he's trying to do is Ticket is trying to tell you that for you to win a championship on a lesser team,
and hold on, in your performance too. He's dropping. He the only person dropped 40 straight over 39. 4 games in a row in the series?
He averaged
39 and 10. 39 and 10.
No. But he dropped 39 4 games in a row. No players ever.
39 and 10. 39 and 10 in 4 straight games.
Right. That's crazy, Chilltown. That is LeBron level. That is KD level.
Right.
I don't know what you say. That's LeBron. That's
but
KD.
Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, though.
No, minus the defense. Yeah.
And I appreciate your logic about him being able to take a team to the championship if he were able to do that and win it. However, the other stuff matters, Ticket. If you're able to take a team to the other stuff matters. If you're able to take the other stuff, like being able to continuously do it, not just continuously do it, be awesome in the regular season, be awesome in the playoffs. That's not the point, Ticket. Your logic is based solely on him winning an NBA championship. That's not enough, yo. It's not. That's what you're saying. You're basing this solely on.
I do think he finishes 5th or 6th in MVP rate. But
I think it's top 5. 100%. I believe that. I do think he's top 5. But what I'm saying is that we have to just know. What I'm saying is that him being able to take a team to an NBA championship and win it is absolutely impressive. And in that aspect, you could talk about him. But in that aspect, you can talk about him like that. But you can't talk about him like that in terms of James and all of those, in terms of James and Curry and all those other guys like that. Because the reason why is because those guys have done it longer.
But they've had all-world teammates to do it.
That's not the point, Ticket.
Yes, it is the point.
No, it's not. Okay, so if we're doing that, Ticket, if we're doing that, then that means the large one's at the top of the list. At the top of the list.
Hold on.
Hakeem Olajuwon should be at the top of the list.
That's the difference between me and you and a lot of these guys on this channel. You guys give guys extra credit for doing it with all-world help. Like, all I'm saying is this.
Who?
Listen, hold on.
Who? You talking about LeBron and them?
You guys just said that if Jalen
So we're just pointing at LeBron and Steph, basically.
And KD.
Hey, but you do know they haven't won a championship, right?
Hold on, Jalen
that was
Brunson
just the first round.
Yeah, but this is like last year when we spoke about what if Jimmy won a championship and he was like, you'd be better than Wade. It's the same thing.
No, he did this. I do remember this.
Slowing down from this level no time soon from how he's been playing the last couple of years in New York.
You said Jimmy was top 5 player.
I think he's going to serve Orlando. He's going to serve Indiana.
With that being said, all I'm saying is this: we give LeBron, KD, and all these guys extra credit for their performance, but because they won the chips, but they got those accolades playing with other all-world players. If you got a dude the size of Jalen Brunson that's doing
that don't make no sense.
Hold on, but listen what I'm saying. It has to mean something if I'm doing it with less help.
But they just got hold on. But Ticket, I think as much as I respect what you're saying, just 2 seconds here. They outperformed expectations across the board, including Jalen, which is what happens in the playoffs. But to sit here and act like what Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Mitchell Robinson did over the course of that series to allow him to do what he did, to diminish that. I'm not saying you're diminishing it outright.
He made them better.
No, but Ticket, you need to listen. Ticket, let somebody else breathe for 2 seconds.
Mars saw it.
No, let somebody else breathe for 2 seconds.
Ticket, you're not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
You are not going to do that.
Mars no ain't lying.
Ticket, you ain't doing that.
Mars no ain't
Hell
lying.
no. Hell no, you're not doing that. Okay, first of all, he did not get cut, Ticket. You are lying, Ticket. No, stop right there. Stop right there. And you know what happened? Okay, right. He was traded. He wasn't cut. And he was traded for a better player. He was traded. Don't make it sound like he was cut and he wasn't very good. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That's number one, Ticket. But Swiper, you were making a point, Swiper.
What? No. I don't even want to get on the sidebar because I heard something about traded and cut. I don't even know who you're talking about. I don't even want.
Y'all being with the Lakers and being a part of that.
Fellas, I got to step in. We talk about too many hypotheticals. Chill, no. We're talking about way too many hypotheticals.
Swiper didn't get a chance.
Hold on. We talk about way too many hypotheticals.
Chilltown praise dudes whose careers on PEDs. LeBron James,
here we go,
Steph Curry, all these dudes careers on PEDs.
Here we go.
Ticket, Swiper, chill. Ticket, Swiper, chill. I need y'all all to lock in. The question that I'm asking everybody up here. Hey, we gonna get there. The question I gotta ask everybody, and this is starting with Mars and Ox because you guys have spoken the least. Can Jalen Brunson lead this team to the championship? Let's end this conversation.
Just let people cut people off and not even get the point off. That's crazy to me, Ron. I see your game.
I'm gonna talk to you first. Can Jalen Brunson lead this Knicks team to a championship? Yes or
no? Yeah, he could. I could see it.
All right, Mars. Do you believe that Jalen Brunson got what it takes to lead this team to a championship?
I think the Knicks have what it takes. I don't think they are, but I think the Knicks have what it takes defensively, rebounding wise. Then you got the scoring of what Jalen Brunson does. We spoke about before the series. This reminds me of the 2011 Bulls, like just the roster construction, the makeup, everything. Tibbs coaching, like it reminds me of like 2011 Bulls, 01 Sixers type, just the vibe in terms of one elite point guard, scorer, creator who kind of does everything for your offense. And then you've got defense and rebounding, screen setters, just everyone else who just does everything else. Then those teams, they can win. Do I think they are? Probably not. But if they did win, would I be like, oh my God, how did they win? I could see how it's possible. So
a lot of it is predicated on KP too, though, Mars. That's what I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, everything has to go right for the Knicks. Yeah, Boston are probably the better team. So either Boston would have to underperform or injuries, or out west, the team that we don't expect to make the finals might have to make it. Yeah. But that's basically all championships. Everything has to go right for a certain team.
Do we
know when Toronto won it, everything went right for Toronto. I mean,
I want to see what Tibbs does against Jokic in the NBA.
But do we know what's going on with Kristaps Porzingis?
I think
he's out for the foreseeable future. I
think he's out for the playoffs.
Well,
he probably won't play in the second round because
he's done.
They could probably
the Cavs can beat Boston without Kristaps.
They could. I don't think that they will though. I think it's going to be a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Kristaps got a calf injury. It said he will likely remain sidelined for the Celtics' second round series and
it's the same injury as Giannis.
And he got a rolled ankle too. Ron. Don't leave that out. Yeah, he rolled his ankle too.
But chill. Do you believe that the Knicks can win the NBA championship?
I don't think they can win the NBA championship. No, I don't. But I do think well, Mars brought up a really interesting point about the 2011 Bulls. Well, the thing about the 2011 Bulls the thing about the 2011 Bulls that was great. The thing about the 2011 Bulls that was great was the cohesiveness of that unit. Everybody had a part and they played it. But the problem with the 2011 Bulls was they ran up on somebody that did what they did better.
Just tell the truth, you liar, man. You're a liar, bro. You don't want him to do it. You don't want him to do it because you don't want him to be on the level.
Ron, this is what you be doing? That's how you move, Ron?
Why would I not want him to be on that level, Ticket? That's just not true.
Put us on the screen, Ron. Put us on the screen. Put me and him on the screen.
You don't want him to do it. Why would I not want him to do it?
Tell the truth, bro.
This is players lack of choice.
The same way, hold on. The same way you didn't want to win without Shaq. You do not want him to win a championship.
Okay, first of all, why would I not want to? I don't see it.
Michael Redd taking all the jump shots.
You don't have to live in that world of a dude that didn't have to stack the deck.
Michael Redd was a bucket.
You don't want to live in that.
With that being said, with everything that you just said, Ticket, there's no reason why I would not want him to win it. Your point, what you're saying, you saying that if they end up winning the championship,
LeBron, D-Wade, Melo.
Give me Michael Redd.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it annoying?
We were just having a side conversation.
Yeah. Since that's what's happening every time somebody else starts talking. There's side conversations all the time.
You couldn't hold up the bill, so the Fred Moss is here, baby.
You said what? You said so. No, hold on, chill, hold on. So how is it that somebody can continue to be dubbed the final boss yet not win an argument? And when they are losing an argument, they then interrupt. They then interrupt, and then they interrupt. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Chill. How does that math work? Can you help me understand, Chill? All right, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you because you've been gracious. Go ahead, Chill. Go ahead, brother.
The point that I was making is I would love to see this happen, to be honest with you. I just don't think that it's gonna, because to Mars's point when he talked about the 2011 Bulls, the cohesiveness of that unit and how that unit was stamped very much like what the Knicks are. They're stamped on dirty work, defense, hard work. They just ran up on a team that was better at it than them. And I feel like if the Knicks end up getting to the finals, I feel like they're going to run into a team that's better at that stuff and the other stuff than them. They'll end up getting overmatched. Do I not want to see Jalen Brunson win the NBA championship because that's going to mean that he's on the level of LeBron? Okay, if he wins the NBA championship, that'd be dope. That'd be great for the NBA. That'd be great for the city of New York. But that doesn't mean that he's better. No. And it doesn't mean that because he's on the level, now you get knocked down. So what? I think that would be awesome if he did it.
City of Chilltown?
First of all, I'm from the Northeast, so
I'm asking you, would that be great for you? Say you're from Chilltown, right?
Oh, they would love it up north. Hell yeah. Yes, they would love that up north. Yes, they would.
Just checking your temperature, brother.
I'm not even a Knicks fan, but yes, they would love that up north.
Swiper, I gotta ask you next. Can Jalen Brunson and this Knicks team win an NBA championship?
Let me ask you. Can he win it? Can the Knicks win an NBA championship?
They're not beating the Pacers, so no.
You taking them? All right, that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool.
Answer the question on Swiper. Do you believe they can win a ship this year?
No.
No? All right. And Ticket, last but not least, can the New York Knicks win a championship this year?
Here come Ticket, y'all. Yes, he's a believer now after 3 matchups.
No, I mean,
but even though he said Tyrese Maxey was going to be the best player in the court yesterday, now he believes. Just to be clear.
I've already admitted you were right about the Knicks. The only reason why I picked against them against the Knicks because I didn't think they were going to be able to overcome the big without old boy being there, but Julius Randle. Because I didn't.
You said this yesterday, Ticket. Yesterday.
Yeah, no. I'm saying to you, hold on. I'm saying that I agree.
Not even 24 hours ago.
You were right. Hold on. I'm saying you were right about that. Your whole breakdown of that series was perfect.
So how can they overcome? So how can they overcome Joel Embiid if he's not
because
overcome Joker?
All I'm saying is this. I didn't know that without Julius Randle, they were going to be able to get on the boards enough. I didn't think that because Swiper brought up good points. He brought up the point about Josh Hart as rebounding. He brought up the point about them, how they gang rebound and things like that. So he brought up great points. I don't have a problem giving dude his props when he's right. But you saw
that for 5 games before yesterday and then said what you said.
And on top of that, Ticket, I told you that before the series started that's going to be the difference in the series. I told you that.
No, but hold on. Yeah, but I didn't listen. None of us envisioned that Maxey was going to play like that in the first half. You wouldn't even say you thought Maxey played.
Who envisioned what? I told you what was going to happen. In the
no. I'm saying, but you didn't.
You had an opportunity to choose Embiid, and you didn't even choose him. You chose Maxey, and then you said Jalen Brunson wasn't going to get it done, and then you said the Knicks wouldn't get it done in Philly. But now you're making this argument. What if Jalen Brunson does the indescribable? What if Jalen Brunson does the unattainable? What if Jalen Brunson does something that only Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry and Bob Cousy had done? After one day of not saying that Tyrese Maxey was going to beat him, after saying the 76ers would beat the Knicks, one day later, now you saying, what if Jalen Brunson makes the NBA championship and wins it? Do you understand how much you flip-flopping? And then on top of that, every time somebody get on a run today, you come up here and interrupt. And here come Ron, John Stockton. Here come Ron, John Stockton. Pocket pass to the interrupter.
Hey, fellas, we gotta move on. I'm sorry, we gotta move on. My bad, Swiper. I didn't mean to do that, but we got.
No, you meant to do it. I let him talk the whole first 5 minutes, and he get mad at me as soon as I answer.
We gotta move on because I gotta put my cape on and read these super chats.
I hope that's Similac you're sipping too.
Unfortunately, I gotta put this cape on. So here we go, right from the top. Gandhi KVTV said, Chilltown, who are your all-time favorite dirty work guys, and where does Josh Hart rank today?
Josh Hart is not in that top 10 category. Not top 10. He's not there with my favorite, but he's getting close. Like Horace Grant, AC Green, Udonis Haslem, Michael Cage,
Ticket TV,
Dennis Rodman. When I think about those, Marcus Smart, dirty work guys. When I think about those kind of guys, yeah. But Josh Hart, I knew that. I knew that he was going to be the difference in this.
Ron Harper,
Ron Harper.
Bulls teams.
Later.
I'm talking about later, Ron.
No, I ain't talking about him as a player. I don't think Ron Harper was a dirty work guy more than he was a glue guy. I think those two things aren't the same. And guys like Mike check.
Y'all hear that?
Is there a cricket? That me? Somebody else?
That might be in Rob's house. Bob's house. That might be a roach.
Yo.
You got roaches on? It don't sound like a roach. You know,
I encourage everybody.
Bob having in his pockets.
I
gotta encourage everybody to like the video. If you haven't liked the video,
pulled out chicken out his pocket.
Hey, Swiper, you wasn't here. This dude pulled a chicken wing.
Yo, this dude pulled a chicken wing out his pocket.
This dude over here, he pulled a chicken wing out.
What do you mean out of his pocket?
Exactly what it sounds like. He's got a suit jacket on. He's got a blazer on, and he pulled a chicken wing, which he ate, by the way. He didn't just pull it out.
Was that a bit, Ox? Was that a bit?
He pulled it out of his pocket.
But that's how you living. No. Hold on. I'm concerned. Ox, is that a bit or that's how you living?
No, that wasn't.
Ox, answer the question. Just yes or no.
Don't worry about it, Swiper, man.
I mean, wait. Do we need a cash app you, bro? Get you a fridge?
No, I'm straight. I'm rocking with $3 for the rest of the year, bro.
Hey, bro, that fool pulled a whole drumstick out his pocket, man. That was still Christmas.
Oh my
God. What about don't forget Quincy Icy and Reggie Evans too. Talking to the chat.
Reggie Evans is a dirty work guy. Yes, he is.
Like the video if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Shout out to all of our members, especially the ones that just joined this show. You can see right there on the screen. You could chat for $1.99. That's the first tier of memberships. And then we got some other tiers that allow you to get exclusive content. Go ahead and check those out. Become a Hall of Fame member.
Yes,
be a Hall of Famer like Becky.
Yes.
That's what you should do. Also, playerschoicemerch.com. Scan this QR code to take you there, and you can see all the fabulous stuff that we got over there. Moving back along onto the super chats, though. The next one I got for you guys is from Brunson's Disciples. He got smoked with a certain individual up here. He sent back-to-back $10 super chats. He said, Mars, did I not tell you? Stay humble, little man. There are more than two-thirds. There aren't more than 2 out of 3 players better than Brunson, or there aren't more than 2 or 3 players better than Brunson in the NBA. We are making the finals, and next year we should be the title favorite. Stay hating, Mars.
This makes me nuts when we get to this time of year, how guys just, oh man, go ahead, Mars. I'm sorry.
I don't know how I hated, but my bad for hating, I guess.
So now Brunson is a top 3 player in the league now. Now that's what he is. He's a top 3 player in the league.
Think about it this way, Chilltown. Think about it this way. You got to go off of who's left. Like LeBron and him not in the league right now. You know what I mean? There's, 8 teams left now? Well, 10, I guess.
because the Clippers and the Magic and the Cavs, like this.
So 10. You know what I mean? So so the pool of players has drastically cut. There's no more Bron, no more KD, no more Steph. You know what I mean? There's a lot of players that are no longer with us. Right.
So basically, what we're going on right now. No, they still around.
They didn't die.
But you know what I'm saying. No, they're no longer, you know.
Brunson's Disciples also doubled back down, and he said he averaged 40 the last 4 games. Name me even 3 guys better than him in the NBA.
And to
Becky Hammond, you are banned from my city. The Knicks dynasty is starting. This is our league. Just watch.
Even though Becky Hammond has a longer basketball resume than Jalen Brunson and every New York Knick since Patrick Ewing, that's interesting logic for sure. I got you. She's the best basketball player that's walked through those cities, period. So I'm trying to understand how that works. I got it, though. It's crazy how we just be disrespecting people like that, but I get it. And it all over one comment, too. Is it really because she's like a lady that said it? That's why people got so much beef with it?
How's it disrespect if you have an opinion?
How's it disrespect? Opinions can be disrespectful.
A lot of NBA players share my opinion. That's all I'm
saying. What's your opinion about Becky?
No, my opinion was this, and it's nothing disrespectful towards her. I don't have no ill will towards her, disrespect towards her. I'm just saying that, even if you don't have to be a lady, if you're a coach, you're trying to go into a team, and the team is structured a certain way. If Jalen Brunson, if I'm going to the Knicks right now, Jalen Brunson's the guy. I can't go in as any type of coach telling him, yo, you can't be the best guy on those to lead this team to a championship.
They do this multiple. This has happened multiple times though. For multiple players. Didn't we just hear people?
100%. We heard it. 100% heard.
Wait, hold on. But chill. Can I ask you a question? Did not last March we heard people say Joker wasn't a top 5 player?
No, I didn't say that. I said, but did Mike Malone say that? I didn't say that. I didn't say
his own coach.
I didn't say me.
George Cole called Carmelo Anthony Detlef Schrempf.
I didn't say
that's the point. That's the point, though. She don't coach the Knicks.
You're right. Hold on. You're right, and that's why none of his ex-players like him. Kmart, none of those dudes respect him because of that. They always talk about him because they don't respect him. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
she didn't say that off the wall about his person, though.
Maybe they didn't want to get held accountable.
No, it ain't about being held accountable. I'm just saying before she. When you go into any person,
hadn't Steve Kerr called other players the best in the world multiple times?
No. I'm not saying that. See, you guys are angling the comment. All I'm saying is dealing with your team specifically. If Chilltown goes and takes over a team, right? And let's say he hasn't made no moves yet. He's not going to go on the team into his best player and say, hey, yo, you can't.
Well, this has got to do with Becky Hammond coaching the Sacramento Kings at some point.
I guess Becky Hammond is on the list of the people that's about to take Tibbs' job or something. That's the only way this makes sense.
When you say
she don't coach the Knicks, bro. She don't coach the Knicks.
No, I'm saying, listen, hold on. Let me answer this question real quick and I'm done. Because when you say stuff like that, and I know this because I played pro basketball 16 years of my life. When you say stuff like that, when you go into a locker room, guys don't respect you because they already know that you have certain stereotypes towards guys. So if you're a shorter guy that can go, you're not going to respect anything she said because she said shorter guys can't do this. So she's already stereotyped a certain type of player.
So Davion Mitchell's going to feel away because she said that about Jalen Brunson?
Bro, you saw those guys talk against. He was one of the guys that spoke against her. Look it up. So these are one of the guys that said, what is she talking about?
You ain't going to lead a team to a championship either.
No, I'm saying listen, hold on. All I'm saying is this.
Davion Mitchell is definitely never be the best player on the championship team.
You guys are going out of the room. Because let me say one thing to you. Bob don't feel that way. Bob on this channel. Hold on, Bob. Let me finish. The last 2 years, Bob on this channel felt De'Aaron Fox could lead the Sacramento Kings to the chip, and he was on here swearing to everybody he could do it. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I did not say that we were about to win.
You did say that, bro. Wasn't he in here last year when he said, "I'll walk here to here, and we going to the chip. We gonna win the chip." Did he say that, Chill? Did he not say that, Chill?
Chill. Yes, remember last year, Chill. We got into it because I kept saying that we're not championship contenders. You said no, it's not, Tiki. Chill. Said, how can you say that y'all not championship contenders and y'all are the top 3 seed? I said because the seeding does not match. The seeding does not mean your contention. You know what I'm saying? However, you know what I'm saying? Like
you ain't say before the playoffs y'all was going to the chip, and then afterwards you came back and said, "Nah, I was just in my feelings, man."
Tiki. So I said last year we was going to win the championship.
Yes, before the playoffs, you was talking trash to me, to Chilltown, to all of us up here. To everybody up here.
Well, you know what? I know me. That might have been this episode where I kind of got in there and was talking some shit. I could have said something, but I've never had us winning the championship, and y'all know I never had us winning the championship. But with that being said, real quick, I do want to say this, Sticky, because when Becky Hammond said that, I was 100% in agreement with her. I did not think he was the best player. At that point, I didn't even think he was the best player on the team. But if you have been around for the past 3 months, Jalen Brunson has made me a believer. I believe in Jalen Brunson.
Was this conversation the same with Trey Young when he took down the 76ers?
I never believed in Trey Young.
No, I'm saying, but like, was the public discourse?
He want to fight Trey.
Yeah, I have no love.
But I'm saying, Trey did this in 2021.
Let's stay focused real quick, Spot, just so we can get this over with. I don't want to keep coming back to this conversation. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with somebody having an opinion about a team, especially if they're not coaching that team. Becky Hammond got an opinion just like everybody else, and that's just what it is. But like I said, though, Ticket, I agree with the fact that this year Jalen Brunson can take this team to the championship, especially with KP being out. Now that KP's done, I got the Knicks winning the East.
Oh my goodness, that's tough. So
and by the way, Swiper, this isn't something that Ox is just saying just because of right now. When they traded for Bojan, he was on the hook. So he's been talking about
Bojan's out.
And he's done for the.
But when it first started when they traded for OG,
when they traded for him, which by the way, those Bojan who's out, but OG, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, they not winning without those dudes because those dudes.
Did you pick the Sixers or Knicks to start the series?
Me?
Yeah.
I thought the Knicks were better.
Hey, but chill. My last point is it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say now they can't win without those dudes. But Mars, if my memory would serve me right, didn't the Golden State Warriors just get rid of Dante DiVincenzo because they couldn't use him? Didn't the Los Angeles Lakers get rid of Josh Hart, and so did many other teams?
Stop saying that, yo.
I'm saying because
what you're doing is you're spinning this and you're turning it into something different.
Is this Steph Curry, LeBron slander?
Unbelievable. Keep going.
He's saying the Knicks have a team full of guys that other teams
couldn't. It's more Jalen Brunson than it is those guys because guess what?
You think Jalen Brunson is the reason why Dante DiVincenzo shoots 50% from three and Josh Hart?
Hold on. Listen what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Isn't Ticket just a few days ago saying the reason Doc Rivers fell apart in the playoff is because players were missing shots?
I'm talking about star players, by the way.
So how does that work? How does that logic work? So if they make open shots, that's
my man. Why do y'all always got to protect
each other? Keep going.
Chilltown just said that it's more so of those other guys. My only question to Chilltown was, if that's the case, why wasn't it more so of Josh Hart with the Pelicans? Why wasn't it more so of Dante DiVincenzo with the Warriors? Why wasn't it more so of Isaiah Hartenstein with the LA Strippers? Why I can keep going on and sweeter than
younger players that were in their first contract?
That's what I was about to say, Swiper. So Ticket, to your point, why wasn't it like that with Josh Hart when he was with the Lakers?
Well, but guess what it was? It was like that with Luka Doncic when he was playing with Luka and they went to the Western Conference Finals. Now put that in your pipe in.
Who? No, he was not this version of Jalen Brunson. Stop.
No. I said the last time.
Jalen carries.
The last time you seen Luka level up like that is with Jalen Brunson, baby. And Jalen Brunson leaves, and now all these dudes that was role players, now all of a sudden they elevating other dudes. And don't say OG because OG.
So PJ Washington and Neil Gafford, are they not living up to the Luka Doncic? Is that what I'm hearing? Luka is taking away from the talent on his roster.
5 games we had 0 in his series. We talking about
what?
Gafford got like 4 or 5 games. We got like 0 points and 3 rebounds in this.
So, but were they not the reason why they went like 20-5 on the last 25 games of the year, having these role players? Are they not a fundamentally different team now?
I'm just
and why they're a top 5 seed in the Western Conference.
All I'm saying to you is more so to me, more of the credit goes to. My whole point was to Chill. Chill said it's more so the other guys. I'm saying no, it's more of what Jalen Brunson is doing. With
how would that know that not going to Kyle Thibodeau based on your message?
Hold on, Swiper. I did not say that it was more so of the other guys. What I said was they aren't. No, I didn't say that, Ticket. That's what you perceived that I said. What I said was they aren't winning without those guys in combination with Jalen Brunson.
Now you're saying that.
If you would have let me finish.
Liar.
If you would have let me finish, thank you very much. So because the Knicks play a certain way and Ron, we're gonna get to this when we talk about the Indiana Pacers and the Knicks series. But because of the way that they play, it's conducive both to Jalen Brunson's game and to all those other guys' game. It's not that Jalen Brunson elevates those guys and those guys don't do anything for him. Those two things work in unison. Jalen Brunson elevates those guys' game, and those guys elevate Jalen Brunson's game too.
Wouldn't that make sense still if that OG and Nobi
we gotta move on. We gotta move on. We got a couple more series to talk about. I got some super chats. I also got a good ass segment that we got to get into because it's just about that time of the year. So let me go ahead and read a couple more of these, then we're gonna get into it. Pip named Slickback said, quote unquote, Becky Hammond Becky Hammon, Brunson is a small guard, and small guards don't lead teams to NBA championships. Since 1970, 2 guards under 6'2" have led their team to championships. So 3.5% of the time it happens.
Who's the 2?
Numbers 3.5. Because Steph is over 6.
Yeah,
he's taller than 6'2".
Is he?
I mean, I think
Steph's
isn't he listed as 6'2"?
In real life?
He's definitely not under 6'2".
No,
he's about 6'2". He's about 6'2".
He's definitely not under 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2", but he's not. I don't know if he's quite 6'3", Ox, but he's 6'3", 6'2" for sure.
But I assume he meant Steph. Yes.
Is he taller than Jamal Murray?
No, not even close.
No. How tall is Jamal? Like 6'4", 6'5"? How tall
6'4" and a half, like almost 6'5". He's
yeah.
a big dude. Yeah,
he a big.
I really like Jamal Murray's game. It's just something still to just not quite getting there for me. But
the problem is he tore his knee up.
Yes.
If he didn't tear his knee up, we'd be talking about him like we talk about all these other great guards.
I don't think. Well, maybe that might have slowed down where he was going or something.
That's what happened.
But no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about what I see in his game. Like regardless of trajectory, like what I see Jamal Murray do right now, he's just dope. But there's something he's missing. I just can't put my finger on it. I'm trying to figure out.
But after the show yesterday, a Hall of Famer hit me up, an NBA Hall of Famer, and told me that the stuff you were saying was outrageous about Jamal Murray not being.
Hey, I heard Gilbert Arenas say that Nikola Jokic is still one of the worst MVPs of all time.
This is exactly what he told me. He said, "How can we not begin to give Jamal Murray props for leveling up on superstar levels? We give superstars credit, and they don't even level up the way he leveled up.
Me not give Jamal Murray credit? Who thinks he's a top 18 player in the league?
I'm not, bro, my brother.
18.
I'm not always trying to go against you like you're trying to go against
number.
me. I'm just saying,
because I know where he's listed. I know where he's listed in my head. That's why.
I know you don't got him over De'Aaron Swipe. If you got him over De'Aaron Swipe,
of course I do. Of course I do.
God, Swiper.
100%.
Go ahead, Ticket.
Keep going,
Ticket. Finish your Hall of Famer point.
Keep going, Ticket.
And Swiper
go ahead.
said he don't really want to put Murray in that category. And I was told by a NBA Hall of Famer that you have to, because he consistently, when it's time, is at a level that you see in all world guys that we're calling superstars drop it in the playoffs. So guys,
I hope you make that up, Ticket. I hope you're making this up right now, Ticket, because if an NBA Hall of Famer called you and said that, and those were his reasons,
you don't have to call me. It takes me all the time. You don't even know. If you only knew who's in my phone.
I don't care who he is. I don't need to see what's going on in your phone. I'm not the NSA. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that particular Hall of Famer is tripping. Like you can't. You're not a superstar just because you elevated at a couple times.
Nobody said he's a superstar. He's saying that he's ascending to superstar levels by his.
That's not what the conversation was.
No.
Was he a superstar?
That was my question to you. Hold on. That was my question. My question to you was, do you think Jamal Murray is on the brinks of
y'all hear how he does this? Because I specifically remember yesterday, is he a superstar? I said no.
I didn't say that. I said, is he on it? Go back and listen to my question yesterday. I just said, is he on the way to being a superstar? And you said no. You said, I don't think so because of the regular season. And then you gave some examples. And then I asked you about Jimmy. And then you said, oh, well, Jimmy's fringe because how he levels up in the playoffs. And I said to you, well, Jamal Murray does the same thing. And you was like, it's a little bit different. I said, cool, no problem.
Swiper, Ticket. I got to get back to these super chats.
Go ahead.
Distro Kid said Distro Kid Music said, Nuggets fan here. Mars said before the series started that the Lakers have a chance to win it if the Nuggets miss everything. And we proceeded to miss open shots for 4 straight games. Mars jinxed us.
My fault. My bad. I ain't intend for that to happen. I apologize.
Yes, you did, Mars. Yes, you did. 100%.
Maybe. You still won in 5.
So. Reason why Murray's headed to a superstardom for winning that series.
Jamal with the super chat said, if Tobias gives us anything, we win the game. 38 million and you can't score one fucking bucket. I'm sorry, Chill, but he's trash. The Philly PD should be contacted for highway robbery. Good riddance.
They're gonna bring him back, Chill. They're gonna bring him back. What? A 2 year 15?
No way. No way. They ran Ben Simmons out. He's going to. I just don't think he fits with that unit. I don't. I think that
a lot of players don't seem to fit in Philly. That's all I'm saying. A lot of players don't seem to. I do think he's going to be better. I do think when he goes where he goes next, he'll be a better player because he's not going to be paid obviously 180 million.
No, he's not getting that kind of money. But I mean, I'm with Ticket when we talk about Tobias Harris. When he was with the Clippers, he was damn good. That system worked for him. When he got to Philly, I mean, I feel like playing with a big man like Joel Embiid, where the whole entire offense runs through him, and they don't really feature him, they don't really play that fast. I feel like his game isn't conducive to that style of play that they play in Philadelphia. Now,
who would you think he'd be good next to, like Dallas, like Luka, or
Luka? I think he'd be good in Sacramento. I think he'd be good with
next to Keegan Murray. So over Harrison Barnes, you're saying?
Yes, I think he'd be good in Sacramento. I think he'd be good with the Warriors, and more of an offense like that.
All right, fellas.
What about your team, Ron?
Oh, he'd be awesome. But they got Obi Toppin up there too, and Siakam. They got Siakam and Obi Toppin. So I think they straight.
Well, my bad. My bad. I was referencing the Bucks. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. You are referencing the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Hey, Tobias is unrestricted, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Hey, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Tobias, but for the right team, though, that's
like your team. That could be your team.
Brooklyn gonna offer him something.
Brooklyn with Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Tobias Harris.
Brooklyn gonna offer him something.
Please don't do that.
No, the reason why Mars wants him to go to Brooklyn so he can continue to suck, so he can get those draft picks and they can be higher. That's
because they think Tobias Harris can help them win some regular season games.
You know, we know the best out of him. And we know Nuggets will get the best out of him.
He'd be good the bench. Off the bench.
I'm being honest. The Denver Nuggets will get the best out of him because
off the bench.
But listen, what I'm saying, how Jokic plays, he plays different than Embiid. Embiid holds the ball a lot, even though y'all talked about how his passing was. He's more dominant on the ball. I think with a guy like Jokic or a guy like Sabonis that can move the ball a little bit better when they get it, I think he does shine brighter with guys like that. I think any of those guys, like Aaron Gordon, shine. I think Tobias Harris could shine.
Look, if Tobias Harris getting the MLE in Denver, he went in a chip, a third, so a first of a third. So trust me, that's cool with me.
Tobias
is Aaron Gordon free agent this summer?
No, no, he got 4 years.
KCP's done
2 more.
I think.
Oh, he got 2 more years. Okay.
All right, fellas. If y'all remember correctly, at the beginning of the season, Chad, I'm talking to you too. Remember we did our finals predictions, and everybody gave me the team that they had coming out the West. Everybody gave me the team they had coming out the East, and everybody told me who was going to win that series. Swiper, unfortunately, you weren't here, so I guess we'll just have to rely on you being honest. But I'm actually going to start with you. Who did you have coming out the West, and who did you have coming out the East? I think the West.
Nuggets and Celtics.
Nuggets and Celtics?
Yeah, it's on Twitter somewhere. Yeah. Nuggets
and then you had the Celtics in 5?
Oh, how boring.
I had what?
The Celtics in 5?
No, I had Nuggets win the championship.
And what, 6, 7? What were we thinking?
Well, I mean, if the Nuggets are lucky enough to make it out of the West, then I think that we'll have that conversation then. But I think this Wolves matchup and the following OKC matchup, I'm guessing, is probably going to be tougher than what they'll have to do out East. But I think the West is just a different level of basketball.
All right, well, I'm going to throw this on the screen so you can see Tickets pick, Ox's pick, Chill's pick, Mars pick, along with some other characters, too, that are on this list.
I don't even remember this. I didn't have the Sixers. What?
So let me go ahead and run this down for our audio listeners. All right, so
this
Mars
is
chose the Suns in the Bucks, and Mars actually had the Suns winning the championship. Ticket chose the Clippers in the Bucks, and he had the Bucks winning the championship.
That was before James Harden.
Shout out to Fluent. Fluent had the Lakers and the Celtics, and he had the Lakers winning the championship. Chill chose the Nuggets and the Celtics, and he had the Celtics winning the championship. Dub chose the Suns and the Celtics, and he had the Suns winning it. Ox chose the Suns and the Celtics, and he had the Celtics winning it. Ron chose the Clippers and the Bucks, and
time out. You ain't choose Indiana?
Ron is not an Indiana guy, Ticket. He a Haliburton guy.
No. He doing all that talking.
He's not an Indiana guy, though. He's a Haliburton guy. Haliburton is his guy. Ron is the one who has clearly told us. Wait a minute, Ticket. During the season, Ron has told us plenty of times that Indiana crew is whack, and it's that Tyrese Haliburton.
No.
That makes him go.
He said that because he
100% said that.
Ron, I have a message from Ron. This is what this
Rewind the tape. Go get it.
This clown send me messages out of the blue. Yeah, Holly nigga.
Yo, Ticket is lying, yo. Ticket is lying.
Hold on. This fool sent me messages out of nowhere. Yeah, nigga, Holly nigga. What's up, nigga? Yeah, it's Holly nigga. It's all about Holly nigga. I'm about to show y'all right now how Ron get down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ticket
it's
line.
Holly.
Ron don't
Sound
do stuff
like
like
we
that.
got receipts, Ron.
Ron don't do stuff
Man,
like
who the
that.
hell? I said,
Ticket,
what
we
the
don't
hell
want to
is
see
this?
that. We don't want to see those messages. We want to see the Hall
We're
of
gonna see
Fame.
it right now. We're gonna see it
messages.
right now. Look at y'all boy Ron. Hold on. Y'all boy Ron.
Mhm.
Yeah, nigga. It's Holly, nigga.
Ron is not an Indiana guy. He's a Haliburton guy. He already told us earlier in the year that the Indiana Pacers, from a talent standpoint, are not that good. He said that.
Listen. I'm going to show y'all how crazy Ron is. This is what Ron do, right? So Ron will hit me up, right?
This a different Ron.
I told Chillin' Bob to take it easy on you today. This type of shit Ron write me, right? Now look, I want y'all. Now look at this right here, right? This man wrote me, Chill Town. Look what he said. Holly, nigga. Holly, nigga. Holly. You know what I told that fool? I looked at that nigga and said, man, nigga, get out of here. Man. Get out my chat, nigga. Holly, nigga. Stand with them, boy.
And you know what's funny? When we pack these niggas up in 5 games, I'm gonna send you that after all 5 games.
Make sure you do that.
Hey, Swiper, I'm French.
This the same Ron who Mars held his feet to the fire talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. But now, so you got 2 houses. You got
hold on, no, chill. I get it out with the Bucks 2 straight years though.
Because of injury?
Yes.
Okay, so Giannis wasn't.
I'm just saying, if Jokic was out, we would give the Nuggets a pass.
Yes, you would. Only
if he was completely out, if he didn't touch the floor in the series.
Right. I could get with that logic. Last year though, Giannis was on the floor. He had a 38-10 game.
Last year was kind of nasty.
He had a 30-20 game. So, some 38-15 or some nonsense like that. So he was playing. He was on the floor.
He missed 2 games though.
Yeah, he missed game 1. Right, he missed game 1, which we talked about yesterday. It's a lot easier to recover in game 1 than it is in like game 7 or something like that. He missed game 1, and he missed.
And then he got injured game 2, right? Or
no, I believe he got injured in game 1, and he played game 1 and missed game 2. He played 10 minutes in game 1, got hurt, and then missed game 2, and played in game 3, 4, and 5. Where I think in game 4, I think he had 38 and 15 in that game, and in game 5. The basketball was radioactive at the end of the game, where he couldn't get away from it fast enough because he did not want to go to the strike. So he was on the floor. That's the point, Ron.
Nonetheless, we got to get back to this list.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter had the Lakers and the Bucks. He chose the Lakers, and Gifted had the Nuggets and the Celtics, and he chose the Celtics. That's how far down the list I'm gonna go. And as you can see, we averaged out everything, and the player's choice pick for the finals matchup was the Suns versus the Celtics. And as a whole, we had the Celtics winning. So
why people were so down on the Nuggets post championship? What was that about? Just the West were getting better.
I just picked the Suns ever since they've got KD. I picked them last year, and I'm picking them, and I'm gonna pick them next year. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't pick Philly. I'm selling.
You know why I shouldn't pick the Celtics? So we leave that as say. He always gonna pick the Celtics. Celtics lose this year. Chill gonna pick them again next year. No matter.
Because of Jason Tatum.
You really like Jason Tatum that much?
I think they're gonna win the NBA championship this year. I do.
What? No, uncover your mouth when you say it, because you look like you don't.
I'm sorry. I think that they're
speak
gonna
up. Speak up. Put some bass in your voice when you say.
I think they're gonna win the NBA championship this year. Yes, I do. I think it's gonna be a little bit harder without KP because I think
so. They're gonna have. So who you think they're playing in the? Who you think they're playing in the finals?
It depends.
He got Minnesota. He got Minnesota, man.
Oh, you got Minnesota. Okay.
Well, wait a minute, Swiper. It depends on how long that series goes. I feel like if that series goes 6, I like Minnesota. The longer the series goes.
The longer the series goes, you trust the team with the worst player.
Yes.
If Minnesota wins, though,
does LeBron get worse as the series goes?
He actually gets better. That's not that, but that's not my issue though. My issue is Minnesota's staple, which is their defense. And I feel like guys like Jamal Murray, I feel like guys like KCP who are already banged up to have to deal with guys like Jaden McDaniels, have to deal with Alexander Walker, to deal with Anthony Edwards, and deal with guys like that, and constantly getting pressed by those guys. I feel like the longer the series goes, I think it's going to wear on them.
So which will be a better series to y'all though? Like which series would be like Minnesota and Boston or Minnesota and New York? Just like as far as like exciting games, good games. What do you think? Who do you think will get a better series?
Boston and Minnesota.
Boston, Minnesota.
The Magic versus the Wolves.
They're gonna make it a slugfest if it's New York. If it's New York, it's gonna get real ugly. You're gonna have a Tibbs situation. Remember, Tibbs coached to Minnesota. It's gonna be a lot throw down, dirty series.
Coach in Minnesota.
The ratings gonna be horrible in that series. But I want to ask y'all a question. what if Cat wins the chip this year? What does that do for his legacy?
Nothing.
Swiper, you can't do that, Swiper.
Come on, bro.
Swiper, you can't do that. And the reason why you can't do that is
being the third best player on the roster. I have no idea.
Swiper, he's putting up
what does it do for Josh Hart's legacy if they win a championship?
Well, wait a minute.
It does a lot for Josh Hart, actually, Swiper.
But wait a minute.
He's going to get a bag.
As the number one overall pick, sure.
I don't know.
He was able to get them to the playoffs. I always felt like Cat was the third best player on a championship team. I always felt like that.
He's the second best player on this team.
Well,
no, he's not. Stop. No, he is not.
Hold on. It's only two guys that's going to be all NBA.
That's just
what do you mean, him and Ant?
Cat's not going to be all NBA this year.
Cat is not going to be all NBA.
Hold on. Did he miss too many games, Mars?
No, he averaged 22 points a game and 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds. He's not making all NBA.
Because it's not positional anymore, so it's just going to be
it's not making it. He's the consensus top 2 are Ant and Rudy Gobert. The only people that think different.
2 All NBAs, 4 All Stars, Rookie of the Year, and he's only been in the league for
since 2015.
Yeah, but
this is 9th year, 8th year.
This is year 9 that we're in.
That's crazy that Cat and D Booker in year 9 already.
Mm-hmm. And so look, he's for his career, he's 22, he's 23 and 11 for his career.
But he is who he is, though.
It means nothing. If Rudy Gobert stamps himself chill as a 4-time DPOY winner and then leads a team to the NBA championship
off the strength of what he does,
stifles the Celtics, sure, everything changes for Rudy Gobert. Ant gets he's being propelled to the face of the league. But Rudy, he's by far the generation best defender. Not even
let's not do that.
Well, no, I'm saying, but Cat to me is the third storyline for them.
Ox, why is that ridiculous? Ox, why is that ridiculous? What he's saying? And this is a copycat
because Cat's put in work too. It's not like
he has.
Yeah, so I'm saying he's the third person I would think about behind Ant and Rudy.
I understand that, but just because he might be the third best player or third most important, some people might there's some people that say Jaden McDaniels is more important, even Mike Conley. That's fine. But Karl Anthony Towns has put in the work all season. He got hurt. He could have bowed out. He could have stayed home. He got back on the court. He's doing his thing. He's being a positive to his team.
Yes,
this does wonders for Cats.
Yeah,
Cat. I'm gonna say that because I specifically have been calling Cat all kinds of soft, saying that he would never win, that he can't carry his squad. I was worse on Cat than I think Mars has ever been on Julius Randle. I had zero love for Karl Anthony Towns. This year has changed my mind. Last year when Rudy Gobert got there, I think me and Chill was the only people on this platform that was pulling for the Timberwolves. I liked them getting those two together. And I think that if Cat wouldn't have got hurt last year, that they could have made a really strong push in the playoffs.
When
so
he get, you talking about in the regular season when he got hurt?
Yeah, last year he missed a lot of games last year. He missed a lot of games
this year. They're going to be the favorites to win it again next year if they win it this year. Because that team
rightfully so.
Yes, and so listen. If you think about it, Swiper, think about this, Swiper. How many big men in NBA history can you remember that averaged 23 and 11 for their career and won a world championship and was a perennial all-star and was all NBA multiple times and was rookie of the year?
I mean, not many, but that's fine.
I'm saying, if we said, check this out, right? We all said that KG winning a championship changed his career because he was a guy who perennially he didn't even put up the numbers Cat put up for his career. KG for his career before he went over to it.
I think that's a little bit different.
Kevin Garnett was averaging less than 23 and 11 before he went to Boston.
But that's a little bit
why are we comparing a top 5, top 4 player?
I'm pretty sure Tim Duncan might have been.
Hold on, here's what I'm saying to you though. What I'm saying is when Kevin Garnett went to the Boston Celtics, he wasn't the Finals MVP. That was Paul Pierce. Now,
what's that guy? He wasn't Paul Pierce wasn't the best player on that team.
That's what I'm saying. He had 3 other guys on his team. He wasn't the leading scorer, but what did it do? It changed his legacy, is what we're saying. That championship changed Kevin Garnett's legacy. So all I'm saying is, even
why
with
are we comparing KG to Carl?
No, I'm saying, hold on. Because I'm saying, go ahead, Chill.
What he's saying is, it's not from a player perspective. He's not comparing Karl Anthony Towns and those two guys as players. He's talking about what did that NBA championship do for KG's legacy. Well, the same logic moves for Karl Anthony Towns. What would that do for his legacy?
Man,
I just don't agree to that. I just don't agree. But that's just me though. I just don't agree.
He's not comparing KG. He's not comparing KG.
No, I get. But again, for me, the one that has faced the most scrutiny, by far, is 27. And so 27 makes it through KD, and Nurkic and Beal and Booker, and then makes it through Jokic, who he's never beaten in the playoffs, and then Murray, Porter, Gordon, KCP, and then plays Shea, Chet, J-Dub, or Luka, Kyrie, whoever, and then or the Clippers or whatever else, and then goes and beats Tatum, Brown, Horford, because there's no Kristaps maybe, and then Drew Holiday. Yeah, then everything changed. Because the reason why their team is even in this conversation, if Rudy Gobert isn't there, they're not in this position.
Sure,
it's that simple. As good as that is.
Now with that being said, Swiper,
but you don't take nothing away from Jokic.
Swiper, to your point, Swiper.
Don't stutter.
To your point,
I don't even understand the question you asked.
Okay,
I said, hold on, chill. I said I can say the same thing about Jamal Murray that you just said about all those other dudes around Cat, but you don't take nothing away from Jokic. If I take Jamal Murray out that team, Denver Nuggets ain't even a championship contender.
Now,
they're not the same team though. But why does Rudy is that important to that team? Jamal Murray is that important to that team. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, and I think that we arguing two different things, Swiper, because the idea that this won't change Cat's legacy, that's not true. Would it change Rudy's legacy more, considering what he's done for that Minnesota team? I think you can argue that, but that doesn't negate the fact that if they win the NBA championship, this is a big deal for Cat. We talking about
first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a big deal for Cat. We talking about a guy who was a 20
that's cool.
guy up until
right.
last season, he was almost an Iron Man. Like because you don't get bigs that play that much that don't get hurt. Like he was playing 82 games. He was playing 75 games. Pretty much on the regular before he got hurt like he did. I think it was last year and the year before that when with the bubble. But with that being said, you look at what Rudy has done for this team. That's why they got him. They got Rudy so they could get pushed over the top, which is kind of working right now, considering what they're doing. So if they were to win the NBA championship, I do agree that this would do. I'm not saying
one of the 20 best. I'm not. I was not more so pushing back at you. I'm just saying kind of like
it would 100% change his legacy, sure. But that doesn't negate the fact that if they win the NBA championship, this makes Karl Anthony Towns a bigger deal. Putting that on.
I think he has stepped into a high level role player role. I think that's what he is now. That's what he's doing. He's 19. He's 19-8. Shot 53. Shot 50, 50, 80, whatever in the first round. He's turned into a high level role player with this team.
What's wrong with that though, Swiper? I mean, Chris.
I don't think I'm saying that's a good thing. That's what allowed him to be better.
But that's not a third option. This is his
best playoff run he's ever had so far.
I'm talking about role players, Swiper.
Huh?
He would have made the All-Star team this year if he didn't.
He did make the
All-Star team, but he shouldn't have made it over Rudy because Rudy was better in the regular season.
He's a perennial All-Star player. Correct. How we call it perennial All-Star players, role players. He stepped into a role where he is taking on a tertiary role within that franchise to make the team better, and that's what they've done, and they're better because he did that because he sacrificed.
Plus ticket. Don't forget that they play different now because they got Rudy. Because they're now a more defensive-oriented team. When they had Cat, the way that they were playing, it wasn't working. The style changed, and now he's the third guy.
That's not really fair though, because Ant wasn't who he was. Like Cat was asked to do a bunch of other things. They didn't have Mike Conley wasn't there. Honestly, the Wolves was just trash. It was Cat and a bunch of other young players. Yeah, they had Zach LaVine, but he was young. Yeah, they had the 1 year they had Jimmy Butler, but the other guys were still too young. They had Andrew Wiggins, but even though he was averaging 20, Andrew Wiggins was still playing an inefficient brand of basketball. Right. They were just a bunch of young guys. So you can't necessarily say that what was going on then is even equivalent to now.
So Swiper tripping, man. I've never heard of a dude that averages 23 and 11 for his career called a high-level role player.
Because they weren't winning. They weren't winning with him at that volume. That's the difference. He changed his role. He's a different player. He's bad in the playoffs. He was bad in the playoffs throughout his career as the number 2 option.
I mean, okay, he's still right about 10. I give you that, but still. My whole point to you is this. My whole point is that I've never heard of a dude that was a 23 and 11 guy.
You keep bringing up career numbers. I don't care about career numbers right now. That means nothing to this conversation.
The only reason I'm saying is because he's a perennial all-star.
Sure.
That we call it.
He had better career numbers than Jamal Murray, and you don't think he's better than Jamal Murray.
No. I'm talking about, but I'm saying all the other bigs that did what he did and won championships, we never called any of them role players. None of them.
Because none of them. So I guess sometimes that's where numbers get confused. Because if you see like Hakeem or Shaq, or you see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you see David Robinson or Tim Duncan, those were all clear top end players in their era. Whatever. They were all clear top end players. Cat has never been a top end player in his career.
He's like the fifth best. He's like the fourth best power forward, top 3 power forward in the league, right?
Top 3 what?
Isn't he like a top 3 power forward in the NBA right now?
Top 3 power forward.
I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, Anthony Davis no longer power forward. I don't even know who the conversation. Lauri Markkanen.
He better than Lauri Markkanen.
Pascal Siakam. I mean, is he better than Lauri Markkanen?
He better than Siakam.
Respect. He's in the conversation with all them dudes. Just the point.
You don't think he's one of the top 3 power forwards in the league right now?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. Anthony Davis no longer power forward, so I don't even know who's in the conversation for power forward right now.
You just named it. Giannis.
He is easily in the conversation with Lauri Markkanen and Pascal Siakam. They're none of them are clear of each other. He's better than Julius. He's better than Julius.
So swipe it.
Julius Randle, Evan Mobley, Paolo, Siakam.
He's better than all them dudes, bro.
You think he's better than Paolo?
He's better than all them dudes.
You think he's better than Paolo?
No.
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think he's better. Zion, he's not better than Zion. Not better than Paolo.
J-Dub.
Zion can't even stay on the court, bro. He ain't never played a playoff game. And his team, come on, man.
Paolo?
No, Zion.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, but Zion can't stay healthy. Sure, we're gonna injuries.
And Zion's nowhere near good of a rebounder, and Zion don't even play defense either. So that we can X that out.
Carl just started playing defense. You know why? Because
I'm saying, but Carl's he's a better offensive player than Zion.
He is not a better offensive player than Zion.
He's a better shooter, and he's better in the post. What are you talking about?
That's not better shooter. Better shooter.
Just say you hate him, bro.
Hate him. I have him next to Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen's a top 35 player in the league.
Ese muchacho ahí es un hater, tú sabes. Todo el mundo sabe eso.
Look, I went salsa dancing 2 nights ago. I trust me. I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to figure out, chill, because I don't think Karl Anthony Towns is the second best player on the roster. I don't like him. He's a good player, but chill. Because you're the reasonable one. So is Ox. Marsh is trolling. Ron is biased. Tour's ticket. Chill and Ox. Do you think that Karl Anthony Towns? Do you think Karl Anthony Towns is in the same class as Lauri Markkanen overall?
100%. Well, yeah.
As an offensive player,
just period. As players,
as a basketball player, I'm fine with saying Cat's better than Lauri.
That's where I'm at. I think he's better than Lauri Markkanen. I'm
fine with that. 100%.
Okay.
And Lauri's dope, but Cat's dope too.
Yeah. Right. I'm saying they're all good.
I think Cat does more. I think Cat. I mean, I think we're looking at Cat.
Does more.
Yeah, I think he's a better.
Yeah, but Cat's better than Lauri.
With his Utah Jazz version of Lauri,
absolutely, absolutely. He a better rebounder. I think he a better long ball shooter.
Didn't he average 10 rebounds this year? I don't know. Maybe I forgot.
Lauri did.
Lauri average 10 rebounds this year?
I don't know if he did average 10 rebounds, but he
didn't. I don't know. I legitimately can't remember.
I'm not sure if he's a double-digit.
He's not a better scorer or playmaker than Lauri.
What?
I think he's
not a better scorer. He's not a better scorer.
Fellas, we got to move on though, because I know some of y'all got to leave early, and there's a couple things I got to get to.
Who got to leave early?
You got to leave early. Tiki got to leave early. So we still got to get to the series. We still got to get to this next series.
Anthony Towns, bro. Hey, yo, you hate bigs, bro. You hate every big except for Jokic. I got you.
I hate bigs. Giannis is clear number 2 player in the league.
Yo, so I'm putting this on the screen. I gotta ask you guys from here on out.
You said Tyrese Maxey was going to lead them in scoring and not Embiid. Go ahead.
Who's your finals matchup, and who do you got winning, and in how many games? Mars, I'm gonna start with you. Obviously, I know it's still some teams in the first round, but who you got?
It doesn't matter. OKC and who's even in the East that I care about?
Mars. Philly's out. So who else, Mars?
Yeah, that's what
the Knicks, the Celtics, Cleveland, Orlando.
OKC, Orlando. OKC and 5.
And who you got winning that?
OKC.
Okay, cool.
OKC's the NBA champion this year.
Yeah, well, it can't be the Philadelphia 76ers. So.
Ticket, who you got coming out the West and the East?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Minnesota. And out the East, I got New York. They got past the team I didn't think they could get past.
And then who you got winning that championship?
Oh, I got the New York Knicks.
They're just going to lose to the 76ers in the first round, by the way. Go ahead.
I admit I was wrong on that.
Chill, who you got?
I'm sticking with my original pick, Ron. I got Denver out of the West. I got the Celtics in the East. And I got the Celtics winning the NBA championship.
All right, Big Ox.
I'm struggling between the Wolves and the Clippers. Let's go Clips. I got the Clips out the West.
I think they get smoked tonight. I don't think they lose. I think they get smoked.
I got the Clips out the West, and I mean KP is out. Let's go with the Knicks. Yeah, Clippers, Knicks.
And then who you got winning that?
This is nasty, yo. This is sour milk sitting outside for a month. Nasty, yo.
I'm saying KP is hurt. KP is hurt. Chill, like what's
doing, man? Clippers
how,
lost by 30 on their home floor. They lost by they just got smoked by 30 on their home floor, and you picking them in the NBA Finals.
Didn't Boston get their ass whooped by Miami?
I'm sorry, they had an average point. They had an average of 34 a game.
Yeah,
but
in that one game, it's like you just brought up one game.
34.
In that
30
game,
at home.
Didn't Miami just beat their ass in one game? You bringing up one game, I'm bringing up one
game.
Right.
Which now they face an elimination game.
Yeah, but you brought it. But chill, your argument was one game. They got their ass kicked on their home floor, like no team ever won a championship.
To decide the series, Ox. They didn't just lose one game like game 2 or game 1. This game decides.
The series is still going on.
I'm sorry, Ox. So let me rephrase that, Ox. 80% of the teams that lose game 5 lose the series. That means 4 out of every 5 teams that lose game 5 lose the series. And the Clippers, not the Clippers, the Dallas Mavericks went into Los Angeles and beat them by 30 on their home floor. Your
biggest thing is the Clippers. You can't stand somebody showing the Clippers any love, Chilltown, and I know that. But you know, I got the Clips. I got the Clips in the Knicks. I got the Knicks winning it all.
All right. I just ran a poll. Can the Clippers make it to the championship? Y'all go ahead and vote on that poll. And also like the video while you at it. Yo, Swiper, talk to me, man. Who you got coming out the West? Who you got coming out the East? And who you
like
got
a troll for players' choice picks or real basketball?
No,
please.
Real basketball.
Can you keep it a bean, Swiper? I appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, well, same thing I said in August of last year. It's going to be Nuggets versus Celtics. Nuggets win the championship.
You said Celtics?
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Nuggets.
I really like these Knicks in this series.
You don't really believe that,
and I know that I know that.
Yeah, I don't believe that the generation's best player with a healthy team around them is going to take down anybody that they see. Yeah, no,
not the generation's best.
Generation's best player. You guys,
yeah, easy. Not even. Wait, hold on. Wait, who else would it be? StubHub. Who else would it be?
My son. Well, let me tell you this.
Your son is your son an alpha, a generation alpha?
First of all, junior. Let me tell you something.
Is he a generation alpha? No, I'm saying, how old is your son?
When daddy's talking.
How old is your son?
He hasn't had the type of competition.
But how old is your ticket? How old is your son?
Let me answer your question.
However old you are, Swiper, he's calling you his son.
Oh, he's calling me? Are we near the same age?
Then Ticket was active from early.
So how old is Ticket? Is he in his 50s?
I think Jokic is great, but I say what I say because he did not have to play against he didn't have to play against the same competition as the other great bigs did on a night-to-night basis.
That doesn't make him a generation. That does not make him a generational player.
Wait, chill. Hold on. But who did Shaq play in the finals? Chill, can you remind me who Shaq played in the finals?
Dikembe Mutombo.
I don't think if Jokic played in the era.
He played what?
He played against
Rick Smith, yeah.
Rick Smith in 2000, who was an all-star. He played against Mutombo in 2001.
Right.
And then he played against Todd McCullough in 2000.
Right. So in those 3 runs, that's who he played. And I love Shaq. So Shaq's on the best of all time. So Jokic has played versus Anthony Davis twice now, and he's 8-1 versus Anthony Davis. He's beaten Rudy Gobert twice now, Defensive Player of the Year. And then he's going to end up playing, having played Chet, Vika Zubac, or whatever. They're going to play the Celtics. I don't understand. Like, what else you want him to do?
Hold on. I'm talking about
Bam Adebayo.
I'm talking about an era where Hakeem and all those other big guys were playing each other. So you
but Ticket, that doesn't. Keep going. Ticket.
Swiper said Jokic is the best player of this generation.
Yeah, keep going.
He said ever.
No, he didn't. He said the best player of this generation. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. This weak ass generation.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't even know why we're going back 20 years. That has nothing to do with this.
I mean, because you got all these dudes stacking the deck. I mean, he's the only dude that did it naturally outside. I mean, even Kirby cheated the system after he won 1 championship.
Which player didn't stack the deck? That's a legacy player.
Curry did not cheat the system. Ticket. No, he did.
Baby dog, and you cried about it. Stop lying.
It was the sucker move, but Curry didn't cheat the system.
He did it when he got KD.
No, but hold on. I'm trying. Wait. But I'm saying, but which top 10 player all time didn't have a stacked deck for them?
What do you mean stacked deck?
Who did not have a stacked deck on their end when they won championships?
Olajuwon.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and he won 2.
Hold on. Hakeem Olajuwon didn't have a stacked deck.
But Jordan also wasn't in the league, to be fair, like fully present in the league at that time.
You asked me to finish.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but Ticket just said. No, that's what I'm saying.
Tim Duncan neither.
Hold on, Tim Duncan didn't have a stacked deck on his team. All those dudes
Tim Duncan's teams were the best teams.
All those dudes were homegrown.
99 and 03.
Right. You can even talk about Kobe and Shaq. They didn't have a stacked deck.
Come on, bro, stop.
They didn't. Hold on, they didn't.
Stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
Kobe literally came out of high school.
Stop. And they didn't win until Kobe reached his near ceiling.
But they didn't have. I'm saying they didn't stack superstars together. They didn't have a stack.
They did have 2 superstars, 2 top 10 players ever.
Listen, what I'm saying. When I'm saying that, I'm saying LeBron James going and teaming up with a prime D Wade. I'm saying KD going and teaming up with a prime.
What's the difference if you're playing next to him already as opposed to going to this team?
The difference is because these other teams were built organically. These other teams were not
just. Who cares? They won. They were, Magic Johnson had Kareem. It doesn't take away from his legacy. Steph Curry had KD. For me, it doesn't take away from his legacy. The issues KD has as a player. What'd you say?
Magic Johnson was drafted to the Lakers.
So what? They still played together. Chill. Am I tripping? Did they not play together?
Yes, you're tripping because all I'm saying is this. To me, it's a difference. To me, when you go team up with 2 of the top 5 dudes in your draft class that are all world, all perennial players and in their prime, then with your KD, you go team up with the 72-win Golden State Warriors. Then some of these other guys that have been stacking the deck along the way, that's different than Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls. We draft Jordan, draft Scottie Pippen, build up.
Aren't the Wolves stacking the deck right now, and you're picking the Wolves?
Hold on, but listen, what I'm saying. You asked me a question.
Didn't they just acquire Rudy Gobert?
I'm saying that's different than the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and those guys. How they built that team. You know what I'm saying? All those dudes were drafted pretty much around that team.
Rudy Gobert wasn't drafted to Minnesota, and you're ready to crown them right now.
Bro, I'm just talking about Jokic, bro. All I'm saying to you is this. I agree. Okay, you said in this era, but you asked me why was this era weak, in my opinion. I said this era is weak because all these dudes have been teaming up to try to beat up on inferior teams.
Well, who's inferior?
But if Jokic isn't stacking the deck and he's going against everyone else who is,
I agree with him.
So wouldn't you put him higher? Like, wouldn't you rate Jokic more?
I said that's why I agree with him for this era. But I think if we talking in terms of in comparison to the other bigs, I don't think Jokic would be at the level he's at now if he had to play against Hakeem, Zoe Morning, Pat Ewing, all these dudes on a nightly basis. I don't think he would have been. I think he would have been a great big man. He'd have probably been like what Sabonis was supposed to be.
You're tripping out of your mind if you think that
some say Arvidas would have been the GOAT. So I mean, hey.
If you're tripping out of your mind if you somehow think Jokic transported into a less athletic era with worse players across the NBA, it's going to be a less effective player. Yeah, the NBA was worse across the board, 1,000%. From 1 through 450, it was much worse. Yeah, that's not even.
But you can't even go 5 players to the bench right now. What are you talking about worse?
Right now,
Tyronn Lue won't even go. Tyronn Lue won't even go past the 7th man on the bench. So how good is that team?
What would Bones Highland look like in 1992? I don't know.
Out of the league?
Out of the league, huh?
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to play with that crazy style he got.
No, yeah.
So, hey, Ticket, you talk about, and I just want some clarification. You talk about stacking the deck. Just so we clear, Jalen Brunson was not drafted by the Knicks.
Facts.
OG Anunoby was not drafted by the Knicks.
Right, hold on.
DiVincenzo was not drafted by the Knicks.
Hold on. You're right. And guess what? We would have gave him full props if he would have stayed in Dallas, but Dallas didn't want to pay him. That's not his fault. So he goes to the Knicks, who had nobody, except for Julius Randle,
who was not drafted by the Knicks, by the way.
Right, but I'm saying, don't listen. All I'm saying is this: look at how he's doing it right now. He doesn't have any of those guys around, and he's carrying his team.
Who doesn't have any of those guys around him?
He does.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he didn't have Julius Randle, the All-Star that was brought over.
They're better. They're better. This All-Star stuff is so trippy to me because you can be a better team without him on the court.
Because of him.
I don't know that they better.
Fellas, I gotta read the super chat right quick. Hold on. I gotta just read the super chat. Teddy Hart said a team can have a stacked deck of players they drafted too. Stacked deck just means exceedingly more depth and talent than everyone else. There's more than one way to attain that.
False. We're talking different type of levels here. We're talking a team that's drafting players and building up their player talent, which shows that the team has good actual player personnel, people working with their players.
So if you trade for those players, that makes it less impressive?
Bro, all I'm saying is this, bro. Listen, if you get a seasoned superstar in his prime, that's easier to go and obtain championships than trying to build it all the way from scratch and waiting 4, 5, 6 years for guys to build up to a certain level, bro. Look, we talking about Josh Hart right now. How many years Josh Hart been in the league, Chilltown?
Since
and he just now getting his props.
Since 18.
How many years it took Jordan Clarkson in the league to develop to the player he is today, Chilltown?
I think he's been in the league. Jordan Clarkson. I think he's in the league, 8 years?
How many years Dante DiVincenzo been in the league right now, and he just now getting his props with the Knicks?
Yeah, he was with
he's been in the league for like 6, 7 years, right?
He showed up with Josh Hart.
Come on now. So all I'm saying is that these teams have to actually cook the meal. The other teams is putting that shit in the microwave and saying it's hot. No, dog. You don't get credit for that. All I'm saying is
why are you picking Minnesota over Denver then if Denver has the best player in the generation?
Because Minnesota has a better all-around team.
They do?
Yeah, because you guys bench got – I would have picked you guys. Y'all lost y'all bench got worse to me. Without Bruce Brown, without Jeff Green.
When's the last time you've seen so let me ask you that question based on like, I guess, when's the last time you've seen like man 6 through 8 cost like a better starting 5, like with the best player, like a series like that? This is a real question. I'm just saying I don't know.
Man 6 through 8?
Yeah, like players 6 through 8.
The rotation.
If another team has all their players in their prime and they have the best player, like the apex player, like of the era, and they have a healthy team around them with Jamal and KCP, they have 4 days off. They'll be fine. And so they're in this situation now. Like, when's the last time 6 through 8 has been the swing factor in one of those type of series? Again, if that's too specific, then I'm not trying to put you in a box.
I'll give you a few examples. That's cool. The San Antonio Spurs, this is why they couldn't win back-to-back. Because they were always about strength in numbers. Those extra role players that they had on the 8th, 9th guy who was getting burned. Those guys didn't come up. That's why they never won back-to-back. Also, we can keep going. We can go to Chilltown in Hakeem's team. The reason why they didn't continue to win, because those other guys, they weren't the same no more after those 2 years. Those 2 years, you got everything you could get out of them. Those 2 back-to-back years, they won the chip.
The problem was with Seattle. Seattle owned them. That was it.
No, I'm saying, but hold on. But Hakeem was still doing his thing.
Yes.
I'm saying that it was the other guys. It was the other guys who kind of tapered off, and you had to kind of rebuild that, but they couldn't do that at that time. And then what do? They try to cheat the system, and go get Charles Barkley, and what happened? So that's what we're gonna leave that at that. So then you can keep going on. You can go look at the Los Angeles Lakers. Look what happened when the Los Angeles Lakers, after they won those championships, they went and got an old Gary Payton, old Karl Malone. Those other role players hurt them from winning another championship, because when you got against a team like the Detroit Pistons,
those were their starters, though.
No, I'm saying, but those are role. I'm saying those are you said role players outside.
No, I said 6 through 8. I like the Nuggets starters were all in their apex.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can talk about that too, because that really decimated the efforts of those other guys like Derek Fisher, who were supposed to be key guys on that team. So now when you elevate Gary Payton after Derek Fisher won 3 championships with you, now you put Derek Fisher to the back. You put some of these other guys to the back that was on that team. That hurts their production and what they were giving you without those guys. Because that's what the Lakers did when they brought in Gary Payton and Karl Malone. And then Karl gets hurt. Now you need somebody else to step up. Now it's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying, basically in your mind, like Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Naz Reid would be the reason why the Nuggets lose the series overall.
Naz Reid is 6th man of the year.
I'm saying those. That's basically what a lot of your predictions.
That could be. Hold on, Naz Reid.
Right, but if Naz Reid stinks in this series, or if he's not very good, he could be a huge contributing factor to why they lose. It's not like he could just show up and just be okay and they win. No, he's got to play really good. And if he's not good, he gets in foul trouble. He's not making shots. He can be a big time factor in why they lose. Yes, rotation guys. I feel like have in the past.
I think that's my question. It's like because the Nuggets had the better starting 5 and they got the better players. So what he's saying, like, it's going to be the Nickeil, Monte Morris's, and Nas.
A prime example would be last year. So one of the main reasons why you smoked the Lakers, Bruce Brown coming off the bench and giving you what he gave you, that was a big deal in that series. If he doesn't play well, then I'm not sure that you guys. I'm not saying that you don't win, but I don't think you win in the fashion that you win. If Uncle Jeff doesn't give you in the limited minutes that he gave you, even though it's only 10, 15 minutes, if he doesn't give you those minutes,
he went 70 in that series,
if he doesn't give you that, I don't think you guys win. Rotation guys are huge when you're trying to win playoff series.
Guys, and chill. The last thing I'm gonna say to Swipers is, because I gotta go. Here's the last thing I'm gonna say to you, bro, and you can raise your head now, Mars. If you guys are going to get tested in this series. Your bench is going to get tested in this series because the Timberwolves have 3 big men they can rotate. See, so now what's going to happen is if Jokic gets into foul trouble, now you're going to have to see how much value guys like.
Well, Ticket, you said it yourself. Ticket, you said it yourself.
Hold on, because you're going to have to play DeAndre Jordan in a series like this. Because guess what? The Minnesota Timberwolves ain't going to play small. They going to play big. So
they played AG at 5 versus them last year.
I'm saying, if Jokic gets into foul trouble, then guess what, Mars? Man 7, man 8, and man 9 for the Nuggets become very important. Because now you're talking about big fella coming
off
the
Nuggets. That's the Nuggets period, though. If Jokic gets in foul trouble, I think he has the most valuable fouls.
But you guys have been able to switch and play small and still kind of move Aaron Gordon over here, do this, do that. You can't do that against the T-Wolves because they're going to keep Rudy Gobert and another big on the court the whole game.
Yeah, I think that's what AG did play the 5, just to be clear, last year when they had Cat and Rudy. So like they're going to play the Jamal Murray. It's going to be Jamal, Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, MPJ, and Aaron Gordon. That will be their bench unit.
You said it yourself, Ticket, that last year about how bad MPJ was in the playoffs. They solved MPJ
in the playoffs.
No, in the finals.
In the finals. He meant in the finals. Yeah, in the finals.
Yeah, in the finals. If they solved this MPJ issue that the Lakers couldn't solve, the Denver Nuggets got a huge problem.
They have it. They have the problem.
Yes, they do. I think they do have that.
They got a problem solver.
So that's why people are feeling like good about the Wolves, because they feel like MPJ is going to like tank.
You just saw what old boy just did to KD, right?
But they're not the same player, nor do they have the same function in the role, nor is he an on-ball player.
For him there.
No, it's not. It's different. A stabilized offense that has no movement with no hub is much different than playing versus a team that completely relies on movement.
So Jalen McDaniels, he can't move?
Jaden's going to be on Jamal.
Yeah, hold on. Didn't y'all split the season series and Cat missed 3 of those games?
Yeah, Jamal missed. So that the Cat missed 3, but Jaden's going to be on Jamal, though. Is what I'm saying.
I love that matchup too, Swiper. I love that matchup.
Yeah, and it was a good matchup. I mean, Jamal, he, to be fair, did hit a lot of shots because they put him in motion a lot. They're going to make him move because Jamal's just going to be off balls. That's why I think, to Marge's point and to Ticket's point, if he has any hampering in his calf, that could be an issue. But Jamal said like he's fine, like he feels good and all that stuff. So
Game 1 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna get ugly for you this week, boy. See, you
ugly for me. Wait, what? Ticket? What's the bet? Because this would be 5-0. Ticket. What would be the bet? Because I'll be 5-0 after this. You
had your week last week.
No, this week you were just wrong yesterday. I'm not even celebrating yet. Chill. How is it last week and I just won yesterday? How's that work? Wait, no, chill. What's the bet? Chill. Hold on. Ticket. What's the bet for this series?
Man, I gotta go. One of my freaks just hit me.
What?
Freaks coming up at night.
One of them? Nah, man. Be a married man and settle down and build you up a kingdom, man, with a woman of God. Build you up a child in the Lord.
I am married.
All right. See, so he didn't want to take the bet. So we know how tickets running.
Damn that Ticket get a busload of.
You do know some guys had 100 wives.
What? What'd you say?
Talking about a busload of hoes.
Go read the good book. Some
a
of those
busload.
guys had 100 wives.
You talking about the roommates that Ron got in this house making that cricket noise with their feet?
Oh shit! Yo,
hey, we already know what type parties Ron be having.
Ticket. Now, Phil, you gonna leave without no bet. So no bet before the series starts. You just gonna leave.
Man, I'm not fit to bet your bad luck ass. You bad luck.
Bad luck.
Oh, bad luck. you worse luck than Mars. I'll go.
Later, yo.
All right, y'all. We got to get into this series. We got the Knicks and the Pacers. I need y'all to talk to me, man. What is about to happen in this series? And who y'all got?
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5.
Aaron Nesmith on Jalen Brunson. Cook. It's over. It's cooked. It's cooked. Hallie's not 100%. It's over.
He doesn't look slowed down to me though.
I got Knicks in 6. I'm gonna be fair. I got Knicks in 6. Go ahead, Joe.
I think that I keep hearing all the time about the playoffs slow teams down, and Mars read me a number about how I believe Indiana and Milwaukee, they played at the 2 slowest paces in the playoffs during that series
prior to like game 4.
They were playing that, which means that Indiana's staple is getting up and down the floor. And the Knicks staple is making teams play their brand of basketball. And I feel like if the Knicks can slow down Indiana's pace, which I think they can, I think that they don't have a counter for that. I think that they handle them. I think they handle them in 5 games, maybe 6. Mm-hmm.
Ox, Pacers, Knicks. Talk to me. Who wins and why?
He's got the Knicks going to the finals, so
yes, he does.
So we know who he has winning.
Knicks and probably Knicks and really 5 though, around. Like I don't think it's going to be too much. I think the Knicks are a little too rough for the Pacers. Can we please? I keep bringing it up. Can we please talk about Isaiah Hartenstein?
Please,
left hand floater.
I've been spoken about that. I said you got Brandon Clark, Rashawn Holmes, Jokic, Isaiah Hartenstein.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. That left hand push shot floater, whatever y'all want to call it, is beautiful. The defensive tenacity, rebounding tenacity. I've been saying that. I've said it, and I've had this argument with a bunch of people. If you can't rebound, you can't win. I think rebounding is the most important thing in basketball. I think rebounding is the most important part of basketball. I keep saying it. I could be wrong. That's just the way I look at it. And the Knicks do that. They get on the glass. Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein. I think OG is enough with Pascal. They're too rough. I think they're just too rough. I don't think Tyrese is prepared for that type of basketball yet.
It's a quick Ox. What it looks like, what that push shot looks like, it's like a fighter with a jab that you got to respect that jab because he might not drop you with it, but boy, it's gonna swell that eye. It's definitely gonna swell that eye. You keep getting close enough to it. Yes, it will.
I'm assuming, Chip. I'm assuming he picked that up because to me, that like 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot jump shot was always like the hardest shot to me. It's just like right there. It's just it was always kind of hard. So kind of had to adapt into kind of getting that little floater because you just get it up on the rim, especially with a team like the Knicks. Like if you get the shot, if you get it on the rim, it's better. You know what I'm saying? Like because now we can potentially rebound it, but it's so soft. It just rolls right in there a lot.
Mm-hmm. Also, you know with that shot too, he coming out of a pick. So he's rolling to the hoop. He's looking, he doesn't even get a chance to look at the hoop because when you're rolling, you're looking at the man that's dribbling because he's about to pass you the ball. So you got to focus on that pass coming. So it's hard to not only catch the ball, but stop, set your feet, and then get into your shot. And he's a big fella too. It's easier for him to just catch it and in one motion go up with the floater.
Yeah, so but that's the thing, right?
That's also a reason why he could have developed it.
He shoots that in more situations than just the pick too, though. Like he'll get that ball, he'll get the ball there, and he's looking weak side or whatever, and then like you know how like the teams back off of DeMontis right there, they back off of him, and he gets it on the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's beautiful, but I like the Knicks what they got. We've talked about the Knicks before. They got all the things you need. They got the rebounders. They got bigs down there that are going to protect the rim. They got their outside scoring. They got their perimeter defense. Like they got all the things I think you need to win a championship. If KP was healthy, I still would have the Celtics. But let's focus on this series. I'm gonna stay focused, Ron. It's not gonna be a long series. And it's not gonna be a tough series, bro. This is gonna be pretty much a wash, bro.
You said it 5.
About to beat the hell out
of the Pacers. You said it 5.
I said 6.
I wouldn't be surprised if we bringing them brooms out, Ron.
I'm with you. Ox. I think the brooms are definitely coming out. This is gonna be Knicks in 4.
You think they smoked them? Like what?
In 4 games? But let's be real. The Pacers were not getting out of the first round if Giannis was healthy.
No, that's a fact. I don't know.
So I mean, they got lucky. It's cool. They got, you could say some playoff experience. They went around, but I think they're getting absolutely destroyed by the Knicks, especially with OG. If his shot is fine like it did last game, it's solid. Dante DiVincenzo out of a bit of a slump last game too. All the peripheral guys showed up with Jalen Brunson. There's no way the Pacers can keep up. It's just not going to happen.
Yo, Jalen, it's like I've been saying. They don't. OG's shot if it's falling, that's great. If Josh Hart knocked down a big 3 last
crazy
night.
3.
If that's not falling, it's whatever. If Dante's not falling, it's whatever.
Eat it, Mars.
Jalen Brunson can carry.
Eat it.
Jalen Brunson can carry. So all them dudes, like I said before, and I know we had some issues kind of coming around to this, but these dudes on the team can score. The Knicks can get 10 from OG, 12 from Dante, 16 from OG. another 9 or 10 from Josh Hart, and that's enough to win the basketball game. Jalen Brunson can carry, and they got everything else you need.
Now, I want to be made clear because I'm going to put a warning on you guys. Atlanta did this in 21, but rewind a little bit. Portland did this in 18. I'm sorry, in 19. Atlanta did this in 21. This roster right now, the way it's presently constructed with the Knicks, this is probably, whether they go to the NBA championship or not, if they end up in the East Finals and they lose, that's probably the furthest you're going to get with this roster. So they have an opportunity to upgrade. I don't think they win in the NBA championship, but this is the best opportunity that this Knicks squad has after this season. They end up beating Indiana. I think they lose in the East Finals. This is their best opportunity to upgrade this roster instead of just running it back and bringing back these guys, because the Eastern Conference is going to get better next year. Not only is the East going to get better, I feel like the East is going to get better and the teams are going to get better. Don't make the same mistake that the Trailblazers did.
It's not the same thing. Julius is out.
Don't make this. That's the
trade Julius.
That's the point that I'm making.
Randall Ox.
Don't make the same mistake that the Trailblazers made in 19 by running it back when the Western Conference got better. Don't make the same mistake that the 21 Hawks made by running it back when the East when those other teams got better. This is the best opportunity that you're going to have.
Lakers would take Julius Randle back for Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura or something like that. I'm trading them. Trade them.
100%.
The Lakers would do that. Trade them.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not doing that
for the Lakers. The way
Austin Reeves and Rui to get off the contract and to get role players off the bench, bro. Do you know how good they would be?
I like Rui a lot.
Give me Rui and Austin Reeves over Julius Randle as two guys.
I'm saying, bro. But think about it. They're not going to do it. The Lakers won't do it. I'm saying the Lakers will not do it. But
the
if they
Knicks shouldn't do it either.
I'm saying, bro, if they started OG Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, who's the other player they have?
The Lakers might need
Dante DiVincenzo, Mitchell, and then have Reeves, Rui, and dudes coming off the bench. Oh, they're money. They're gold.
Hold on, but that's a good team, but that's not a championship team. Like at the end of the day,
in the Eastern Conference, it's a make-a-wish NBA Finals team. Because you never know.
I mean, it's 100%. Yeah, you know what? They might get out of the East. They probably lose to a healthy Boston team for sure. But I just think to win a championship, you're going to need a player like Brunson, who I think is fine as a number one. But you need a consistent number two who's going to show up. Big man.
Austin Reeves.
Yeah, definitely not Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves and Deuce off the bench.
They're better.
But a lot of people think Julius Randle could be that guy, though.
They got two of the best grifting guards in the league, Ox.
They're much better off just with Julius Randle. Like, that's the thing. Like, I understand if Julius was here and then they lost, and it's like, okay, well, let's try to upgrade. Mm-hmm. But Julius coming back and them being healthy is an instant upgrade from what they're doing right now anyway.
Respect to you, bro. I just don't agree with the way the team is formed.
I understand that. I see what you're saying. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because you said that, and I'm saying I give what I was saying earlier is that
look at TC in the chat center. They're big fish. They're big fish. They don't need no big fish though, Ox. They good. They need more role players.
They have enough role players. They need. They got
role players. That's what I'm saying.
They got elite role players.
I got a question. Would you offer your assets, Ox, for Jimmy Butler? The rest of your assets?
The Knicks?
Jimmy Butler's kind of old. You don't really give up your future for that. No. You don't give up a
Julius Randle and like a couple first for Jimmy Butler. Man.
For what? They got OG. They got OG. What would they do that?
Because he would be the number 2 scorer, number 1 scorer, right next to Jalen.
I mean, that's cool. I hear what you're saying. Like, I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't do it.
Man, if they had Jimmy Butler right now, I'm pretty sure we would pick them to come out the East right now.
What are the holes?
If they had Julius Randle, I'll pick them.
No.
Jimmy's just the age for me.
Maybe you win it.
You don't even like Julius like that.
I love
Julius is the opposite of everything you love about basketball. Stop it.
Ox, I hate when you say stuff like that, Swap, because I've been pushing for Julius Randle. I'm the biggest Julius Randle fan up here.
And to be honest with you, Swiper, with Julius was on this roster, I would still feel the same way that as far as they go, I don't have them winning the NBA championship, but as far as they go, this is the best opportunity for you guys to upgrade this roster. Do not sit around and just run it back and just think that you're going to get better next year. No, do not do that. But I'm asking you, what are the holes in Indiana? Because, like, Jalen, you got them smoking them. What are the holes you think? What do you think the holes are?
Before we get into that, hold up right quick, Jalen. Before we get into that, Mars, I still want to hear your prediction, and I also want to tell you guys that today on playback.tv, NBA X will be live and in full effect. You guys make sure you pull up, check that out Also, right after this show, Open Gym will be over there too. You go pull up, check out Open Gym. And last but certainly not least, we got the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks tonight, 9:30 Eastern time with Chilltown Hoops on playback. Y'all be sure to pull up, tap into playback all day today. Right after the panel episode, just log into playback and stay on playback because it's going down for the remainder of the day. But Jalen, as you were saying, and then Mars, I need your prediction from this series right after that.
What are you talking about? Inconsistent with
Yeah, so I mean, with Indiana,
shout out Luncho, top 10 goofy, certified top 10 goofy. And oh, by the way, Luncho over James B all day, every day.
Shout out Luncho.
Luncho clears. Hey, Luncho,
Luncho don't even know what he's talking about right now.
Luncho. Somebody, hey, a lot of other people might be eating your lunch according to Chill, but I'm here to tell you, you eat James B's lunch 8 out of the 7 days of the week. So, hey, sometimes it's dinner.
Luncho the top goofy? He's the top goofy?
He's not the top goofy, but
okay.
James ain't ready for.
Guy, it'd be like that. All right, back to the Indiana game. Look, I just think they have nobody to guard Jalen Brunson. I think he's gonna have he could average 40 this particular series. And even the other guys, Dante should be able to hoop. I think Pascal versus OG will be an interesting matchup. Former teammates, they should be going at it. That'll be cool. But other than that, even Hartenstein versus Miles Turner. I think Hartenstein's gonna have his way with Miles Turner. I just think Indiana's gonna get destroyed defensively. I think New York matched up well against all the guys there. It's just going to be bad. I see there's zero way, unless injuries happen, that I think Indiana wins.
You guys are out of your mind if you don't think that the Pacers can't match up with the Knicks.
How will they match it up? How will they match it up?
You guys make it seem like the talent gap is just
no. It's not about
JV and varsity.
Right.
It's not.
There is a gap.
There is a gap. Nembhard versus Dante or Josh Hart. And it was like, oh, sure, Pascal and OG.
Nembhard and Dante? So we weren't even talking.
Give me Dante. Like, I'm talking about these other peripheral.
Well, you know Dante's better than Nembhard.
So Dante just clears Nembhard. Dante just clears Nembhard.
Yes, you know it. Nembhard is super inconsistent. Like, he'll have his game, but he's really not that good. Naismith versus Josh Hart? Like, what are we talking about?
Haliburton and Josh Hart clears Naismith.
Yes.
Clears.
Yes, Ron.
Haliburton versus Jalen Brunson.
And OG and Siakam. OG clears Siakam.
That's the one. That's the one.
I think I got Pascal in that one, Ron.
You got Pascal? Yeah. But Pascal doesn't clear?
Yeah.
But Pascal he doesn't clear. He doesn't clear.
Hold on.
Okay. But the other guy's clear. But Pascal, who's clearly one of the best players in this series, doesn't clear OG. But the other players,
hold on, Ron, hold up though. Pascal's not going to have the easy time like against Bobby Portis. Pascal got to eat against Bobby Portis. He's not going to get to eat against OG.
Hey, bro, look. Anytime Pascal steps on the basketball floor, it's a buffet. It is a buffet. Pascal eats when he wants to eat. Hey, OG Anunoby is big ups to OG.
Lockdown.
Ask OG. He know because he was up there in Toronto with him.
I was about to say that, Ron.
He's not stopping Pascal from doing what he wants to do.
I know this dude.
Not.
He knows all his moves. I
do know this dude. So my issue is Indiana, as fast as they play. And as much as helter-skelter as they play, Rick Carlisle is known for that. He did that with Dallas in 2011, where he didn't really run a lot of sets. It was just a lot of just run and gun. Just a lot, and when they got in the half court, it was the same thing. It was just one pass, two passes, get a little bit of action, and go. Now, that's not really a test for the Knicks defense in the half court. I think the difference here is if they could slow down their transition game, I think they could handle Indiana in the half court. I do think that they can handle Indiana in the half court. If they can slow down their transition game, I feel like they handle Indiana in the series.
They handle them everywhere. Fast break.
Hey Ron, they want to know. They want to know what's a buffet. They don't know what the buffet is.
You don't know what a buffet is?
I ain't never been to a buffet.
Hey, watch Pascal Siakam. Y'all see what a buffet is. Hey, Morris, can I get your predictions on this series?
Isaiah Hartenstein is shooting 70% on floaters in the playoffs.
Come on, man.
Just thought Oxford like that. So I looked at him. Yeah, I looked at him.
Okay, Turner.
It looks good too, by the way, Mars.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks great too.
The battle to lose to Orlando.
That's crazy.
I think the Knicks will probably win the series. I think they're the better coach team. I think they're the better defensive team. I think they're the better rebounding team. Half court offense. I'll say it's a push for the sake of argument. I think the Knicks are a better team. And does the better team always win? No. Probably not. But in this situation, I got the better team winning. I think the Knicks will win.
Yeah, I do. To be honest with you, I mean, my issue with that. Does the better team always win? This ain't the NCAA tournament, man. To beat me one time, if I beat you 4 times, barring injury, if I beat you 4 times, we better than you, man. We are better than you. Don't get me wrong. I understand how injured, like for example, with Milwaukee and Indiana. I don't think that if Giannis is healthy, that they better than them. I don't. I think that they beat them if Giannis is healthy. But last year, that Miami Heat team, they were better than Milwaukee. They did more. They got out-coached. They got outplayed. The schemes were better. They were better than them. To beat me one time, I never subscribe to the ideology that if you beat me one time, that means you better. If you beat a team 4 times in a week, we better than you.
And that's why I think it's easier. It's harder to win the NBA championship than it is to win a Super Bowl. That's why I stand by that, because it's like if the lesser team can win if we only got to beat you once, but if I got to beat you 4 times
in a week,
But to push back on that, there are times and instances we've seen when one player can have such a difference. Also, I think Jimmy Butler against the Bucks. I think the Bucks were clearly a better team, but he was so great, he was able to elevate himself. And you could say his teammates and got him to play better.
Which elevated them.
Yeah, I mean, she said.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler's part of the team, so Jimmy Butler's good. That makes the team better. So
I still think, but what I say, I understand that. I understand that concept too. But I just think individual players, we've seen circumstances where they've elevated so high, they were able to kind of carry lesser.
How are the Bucks the better team if they couldn't stop the team from the Heat from the defense?
I think Jimmy Butler didn't score all the points. He didn't score all the points.
Yeah, but I think like 20 years ago, I think if you beat a healthy team 4 times in a series, you're probably the better team. But with the rise of the 3-point shot and how much variance that provides, I think a team can get hot for 4 games and you're not actually the better team. You just got really hot at the right time. Now, does that mean you played better in the series? Yes. Yeah. But does that mean you're the better team when there's that much variance at shooting? I don't think that means you're a better team. I think that just means everything went right at the right time, which, like, I'm not taking away from you winning. I think Miami last year. So I think they're a better team than Boston last year. Probably not. But when you get on a heater from 3 and shoot 47% and you're still a great defense and you're well coached, you can beat teams because that's just how the game is played now. Now, back in the day when it was 15 threes a game between both teams, I don't think you ran into that variance.
To be fair, I think that variance hit more in the Bucks series than the Celtics series because that Celtics series, the Celtics bottomed out all the way around.
The Bucks series, the Bucks series were like 45.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
So like, I'm not saying like that's why I think in today's game, you can be a not as good team but win a series because you can have 3 hot shooting nights, win 3 games, and then you can win another game just because in a series you can win a game. That doesn't mean you're the better team. It's just with all the variance that's going on in role play. If a role player goes 7 for 9 from 3 in a game, like that's 21 points. That's not happening consistently. That's why I mean, like, I think the Heat might not have been a better team than some of these teams, but you get hot at the right time. In today's game, a lot of teams can beat someone. Now,
I think the Raptors in 2018 were clearly better than the Cavs.
Now
they just have,
and then the Cavs couldn't miss in that series. I know LeBron gets like all the credit. LeBron was great in that series, but J.R. Smith was like 50% from 3. Kevin Love was scoring 20 a game.
Raptors were a better team.
Everything just
they had more talent. There's a difference between having more talent and being a better unit. And back to Mars's point when you talk about the variance, Mars, I can get with your logic if you did it once, even if you did it twice. But to do it throughout the course of a playoff series where we end up going 6 or 7 games. And this is what matters. I'm not saying that, you beat us one time and in that 1 game or in that 2 games, but through the course of making adjustments, through the course of coaches changing the schemes and things like that. When you do that and it still doesn't work and you get out coached and you get out rebounded and you get out toughed throughout the course of that series, I'd have to think that this group is better than this group, even when they played better. Barring injury, I want to make sure that I'm clear on the barring injury, because I think you and I are on the same page that if if Jason Tatum doesn't roll his ankle, I think they beat Miami in that game 7. I do think that.
Yeah, if it sounds like I'm taking it away from like a team that wins a series, I don't mean it to be that way. I'm like, for me, just with because the game, what is it? Who said it? Accidental basketball. I don't think teams play accidental basketball.
What does that even mean, Mars? What does that matter?
Like teams aren't running particular sets knowing what the outcome of their possession is going to be. Like it's read and react is how.
So we're winning. So we're just winging it.
Hold on, no. Read and react is I don't.
For me, but like if I hear the term accidental basketball and then I hear how it was defined, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Kobe. It might have been. So maybe Kobe fans are gonna get mad at me. But like the way he was explaining it, it was teams are running a high pick and roll offense, and then if the defense collapses, you're kicking it, but you don't really have a plan of who's gonna get this shot or where you're putting players on the court at certain times or what matchups we need. It's just we're gonna drive, kick, open three, or get to the rim. Like there's no plan. In my opinion, that's what read and react is. You run an action. However, the defense reacts if they blitz, dump off pass, if they hedge, then you obviously you got the short roll, all of those things. Or if you drive and then defense collapses, you're kicking out. That's just read and react basketball. It's not as structured, it's not as planned on every possession, but you're reading and reacting to what the defense has or what the defense is showing you, and you make the reads off of that, and then everyone else has to attack the closeout or they shoot the open three or whatever. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, but that's how it was. That's how it was defined as accidental basketball. But I think just with the way the game is played, you got teams shooting 43s a game. A team gets hot and makes 19 or 43s. Does that mean you're a better team, or does that mean you just got hot from three that night? So like you can get hot for a couple of games, and then you give yourself a 2-game advantage where now the other team has to win 4 games and you only have to win 2 because you just had a couple games of variance. Does that mean you're the better team because you gave yourself a 2-game advantage by shooting luck? Now you got to make the shots, but like I don't think that makes you better because I've seen the Pistons get hot from 3 before. Like things happen. That's why the Pistons win games in the NBA, because some teams go cold, some teams get hot at the right time. It just happens. So that's why in the modern NBA, I don't think
latest white.
All right, y'all.
In the modern NBA, I don't think the better team always wins a series. In the 90s and 2000s, I could see it, but modern NBA, I don't think so.
The reason for 7-game series also because of money and how to play the game is to kind of take away that variance too. We all understand one game
as much as possible.
Yeah, as much as possible, right? Like, but I definitely see, I guess, with the 3-point shot, it kind of adds to the variance too, for sure. Do I think it's tough for a worse team to get hot for 4 games to try to beat a better team? Yeah, I think it's super. Almost an anomaly every now and then that would happen, but I can definitely see it though.
Yeah, it's definitely an anomaly. I'm not saying every series that this team wins is because of shooting luck, but I think it's happened before. Whereas like a while ago, like since they've added 7-game series in every round, so 04, I think in the 2000s, I think it was less likely you'd see the worst team win the series. But now I think you see it more just with the rise of the 3-point shot. But it doesn't mean it happens every year. I think most years the better team wins the series. Just sometimes I don't think that's the case.
I mean, the Nuggets ended up beating Seattle in '94. It was a 5.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Oh yeah, the 8 verse 1. Yeah.
If that series goes 7, Seattle beats them. But the fact that they ended up, I don't think I personally don't think that the Nuggets was better than Seattle, but I think the series was a little shorter, and I think that mattered. I do.
Hey man, shout out Mutombo.
Hey, out of all the 4 like major American,
weren't the Sonics up 2-0 in that series too?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Yes. Sean Kemp actually said, it'll be good, quote, it'll be good for us to get some rest, end quote. He said that.
Basketball does tend to have, though, like the best team win more often than any other sport. Like hockey, baseball, football, compared to all the other sports, there's a lot more variance in those sports compared to basketball. So basketball does do, where maybe the sport itself just lends itself to the better team winning more often than not.
I just feel like this Indiana team, I feel like the Knicks are just better than them. And I feel like they're going to, just like they did with Philly, I think that they're going to make them play the way that they play, and they're going to beat them at their game. I don't think Indiana can make the Knicks play their game, where they can play fast and make the game get helter-skelter and get out of control. The Knicks know that they don't have the personnel for that. They know that for a fact. So the Knicks do a great job in playing within themselves. The action that they get in a half court, sometimes it could be stagnant, sometimes it could be a little slow, but they do have a quote-unquote bailout in Jalen Brunson. And they also have I also got a really good mid-range shooter in OG Anunoby, who, I mean, there's a reason why, he was looking for an extension up in Toronto, because, he feels like he can score the basketball. But I feel like he plays his style of basketball, which is perfect for what the Knicks are doing. And I don't think that this Indiana team can make the Knicks play the way that they play. But I feel like the Knicks, because of the way that they defend, because of the way that they rebound, I feel like they can make Indiana play the way that they play. And I think that they can beat them at that game.
I think you guys are sleeping on the toughness of the Pacers. I'm not saying the Pacers are a hard-nosed, rough, rugged team and that they push people around and stuff like that. But I don't think the Pacers are just bullyable like that. I don't.
No, whoa. Hold on, Miles. Not Miles. I'm sorry.
Nice
Yeah, Ron. I'm not saying that they're gonna push Indiana around. Indiana's got some guys, even though you know how I feel about Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner is soft, but they do have some guys that will put up a fight. And I think that this series is gonna be a series where Obi Toppin is gonna show the Knicks. He's gonna try to show the Knicks that you guys made a mistake giving up on him. Because it was just the wrong.
If you gotta rely on Obi Toppin,
yeah.
Ron, Indiana is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, right?
I do know that.
I do know that. And that's something that I'm not gonna fight. That's one of the one things that I'm actually kind of scared of is the rebounds.
Josh Hart about that.
One thing that I'm concerned about is that. And so I don't know how that's gonna go. I know that's obviously gonna have a good impact on it, but also too, I want to say now once again, keep in mind, I'm not saying that nobody's gonna lock up Jalen Brunson. I'm not. But you guys have consistently told me the players that are gonna guard Hallie. Nembhard did a hell of a job on Dame.
Nembhard play defense.
And with that being said, Dame averaged 31. But I'm just saying he did a hell of a job on Dame. And also, you know TJ McConnell. He come on the bench and he gonna pick you up all 48 feet too. So it's a couple players, and also on top of that, these are smaller defenders that can possibly get under Jalen Brunson, be able to possibly push him around a little bit. It's not. I mean, I know Kelly Oubre is a good defender. He's longer and whatnot, but these are just different players you could throw at him. You also got Nesmith too. So it's like, I mean, Jalen Brunson's gonna get what he gets. But I don't think he just because you guys think of the Pacers, you just think, oh my God, no defense. It's just the bar, no doors. You can walk in and do whatever you want to.
Well, that's kind of who they've been all year, Ron. It's not like we just making this up. We kind of don't play. No, that's they're at the bottom of the league in giving up points. They're at the bottom of the league in rebounding. So that's basically who they are. They're definitely, because Mars hates to hear this, they're definitely that punch drunk boxer. I think I can hit you more than I can stop you from hitting me. They are definitely that team, 100%.
They probably got to average like 125, 30 points a game.
And I think the Knicks.
The game ain't going to be that fast. They ain't going to be able to get.
No, they won't, because I think the Knicks are going to do a good job at the pickup point being higher. That's how they slow down Tyrese Haliburton. We can't let Tyrese Haliburton get ahead of steam at the half court line where he's already running. No, you got to pick him up quicker, and I think that's where DiVincenzo is going to come in. I think that's where Miles McBride is going to come in, where you can slow down their transition game, because we know they want to get out and go. We know this is
also the thing, though, Chill. Like, so you guys, and this is why I like Tyrese Haliburton so much. He's not. The ball doesn't have to be in his hands at all times. Like, yes, he averages the most assists. Yes, he is the head of the attack. But that's what Nembhard's there for. That's what TJ McConnell's there for. Nesmith to even push the break. Pascal Siakam, when he gets the ball, he could go. It's not everything doesn't just go through Haliburton. Actually, as a matter of fact, Haliburton, and we've said this, he isn't as aggressive as we would like him to be, especially with all the praise that he gets and being an all-star and all of this. It's other guys that can push the break. So it's like, yeah, you might want to hone in on Haliburton, picking him up higher. But if Nembhard gets the ball, he's gone too. And Haliburton's running the floor. He doesn't really do too good of a job of running the floor. But I'm saying
you got Obi Toppin and Siakam, you'll be all right.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, the pace is gonna get pushed no matter what. Even if you try to stop Haliburton up high, it's other people that can get the ball and go. Right. They run as a unit. They run as a team.
And the counter to crushing the offensive rebound, like because Josh Hart's gonna crash, Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, they're gonna crash, OG gonna crash. If they don't get the offensive rebounds, Obi Toppin's gonna leak out. He just leaks out. He's leaking out. If you don't get the offensive rebounds, you're probably in a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 situation every time down the floor. So if the Pacers, like the rebounds the Pacers do grab, which I think they're going to struggle to get them, but the rebounds they do grab, just because of how consistently the Knicks crash, the transition opportunities are going to be there, because you can't crash the glass and get back in transition at the same time. So that's where they can have an advantage. If Miles Turner turns into Dennis Rodman and starts grabbing those rebounds contested by 17 people,
an outlet,
the transition opportunities are going to be there for sure.
Now, and I'm pretty sure that they checkmarked that on the scouting report, Mars, which means that we got to be selective on when I crash. I got to be selective on when I don't crash. We got to make sure that we put a body on a guy like Obi Toppin, which, by the way, if I know Obi Toppin is going to leak out, if we crash the boards, okay, sure, Mars, we're not going to get every offensive rebound. But if we end up getting consistent offensive rebounds, you know what that means for Obi Toppin? And you're not getting anything in transition, that means that now you're a liability. That means that if you're not rebounding, you got to come off the floor, which helps us because that slows down their transition game even more. So we have to be careful when we crash the glass, because we're going to crash the glass. But when we crash the glass, we got to convert, because that takes him out of the game, because now he's got to get in there and rebound with us.
For sure. Orlando in 5.
So
Orlando will win tonight, then lose in game 7.
Lose. You lost your mind.
It's home game. I'm with Chill. The home team's going to win every game.
Okay.
Lastly, before we get off this series, you guys know I have to ask this.
Who's the best player in the series?
We got 2 all-star point guards. They were both on Team USA last year. We debated all summer who was the better point guard, who was the better fit, who was the better player, yada, yada, yada. Who has a better series out of these 2? Not who scores more points, not who gets more assists. Who has a better series? Who looks like a better player?
Is the best player on the floor this series. He's been the best player in the. I mean, I know he was struggling a little bit, but he got, the past couple of games, he got a shooting touch back. Jalen Brunson's going to play better than Haliburton. I think Haliburton was fine against Milwaukee. I would like Haliburton to be a little more aggressive, but Brunson's going to be the best player.
Is Tyrese the best player on his team this series?
I thought Siakam played better in 3 games. Siakam was the best player, I think, in 3 of the games. In 3 of the games, he was their best player.
I think TJ McConnell was the best player last night.
Yes, he was.
But I don't think that's a problem. Like, if you win, it doesn't matter who the best player is in the win. Now, if you lose and the best player isn't playing well, the conversation is gonna be crazy. But if you if you could tell Tyrese Haliburton, Pacers gonna win, but you're gonna be the 4th best player on your team, he doesn't care. So as long as they win,
as long as we win, right? As long as we win.
As long as they win,
at least you would hope. You would hope that would be the case.
Yeah. Jalen, what happened to you? You trying to be one of us?
That's crazy.
You see it, brother. Ron, to answer your question, I feel like Jalen Brunson is not going to be taken out of his game. I think we could take, if we're the Knicks, we could take Indiana out of their game and make them more of a half-court team. A lot of the reason why they were at the top of the league offensively is because they got up and down the floor. Well, if you take that aspect out of the game and you make them more of a half-court team, now what you're doing is you're making those other guys individually more one-on-one players. They don't run a lot of action. They do not run a lot of action, which means that if you're basically playing straight up and you're getting around screens, you're making those other dudes, Nembhard, Haliburton. And I think Siakam's a damn good one-on-one player. I think he's a great one-on-one player. But he's actually, I think statistically, Giannis is ahead of him, is the best transition player in the game statistically. So with that being said, him, Giannis, and James, I think it's those 3 guys. So if you take that aspect away, I think that now you already seen what you already seen what Jalen Brunson looks like in the half court and the one-on-one and getting around screens. I think that he could clearly be the best player in the series.
Mm-hmm. What is the Knicks transition defense like, though?
I think the pickup point is early, Ox. That's how you slow them down.
Has to be. Oh, yeah, you have to. They got to stop the ball. If you don't stop the ball, then your transition defense.
Josh Hart crashes like every
transition defense 1-on-1. Just stop the ball.
Yeah. I think the pickup point is early. And what I also think, too, Ox, is I think offensive right before you came up, we talked about this. Offensive rebounding is going to be huge.
I heard that. I heard that part.
I think offensive rebound is going to be huge because if you offensive rebound, you can't just keep giving up offensive rebounds and giving up second chance opportunities for these dudes. Y'all gonna have to rebound too. And if you rebound, that slows down your transition game because that gives us an opportunity to get back too. So
and that's what I was thinking too, because I'm just trying to find as many different angles, different scenarios that we could speak on. Yeah. And if the Knicks would have to go on a type time like how Mars was saying, if we're all offensive rebounding, it's going to be hard to play transition defense. Yeah. So they might have to look at it like, okay, we're running it with Josh. You're on the offensive glass. Everybody else get back. If we could catch some slipping with something like that, and maybe Josh can hawk down a couple still, and him and Mitchell Robinson, or him and Isaiah Hartenstein, but the other 3 get back. Weak side guard gets back. Other person stop the ball. Some type of scheme. I don't know, but they're going to have to mix it up. It's going to get interesting because I'm sure that the Indiana's considered like looking at we have to run them up and down the court. But the Knicks can't come out of doing their offensive rebounding because that is a big part of their game. So.
Hey, Ox, that's actually crazy. See, and a lot of other places.
I'm so sick of
Ron. No. Chill. Check me out. Chill. I'm saying like a lot of other podcasts and basketball circles that you in. They're not going to talk about these discrepancies right here. They're not going to talk about the offensive rebounding versus transition. Like that is literally what's probably going to make or break this series. Pacers, can you guys get out and get fast break buckets? Knicks, can y'all get offensive rebounds and slow down their fast break? Like that's I personally literally think that is what makes or breaks the series. Whoever wins that battle wins this series.
That's why we
it's
all
almost kind of like special teams in football, if you will.
That's why we are.
I don't understand that analogy, but I'm a nod my head in.
I get it.
Okay, Mars, special teams analogy. So think about not a penalty kick with 1-on-1, but what's the one where all the guys line up at the when you got your goalie and you got and you got all the guys lined up in the front.
A free kick.
So who's the most important guy who can knock that down, and then you guys can get back in to your defense, as opposed to every time they get a free kick and they score. Well, imagine a football team. Every time the team gets the ball kicked to them, they start, and after they get the ball kicked to them, they starting on the other team's like 30-yard line. They've already covered half the field. So now you already have a difficult time as a soccer guy, as a football guy. You already have a difficult time dealing with these guys anyway. If you're giving up free kicks on top of that, you're killing us.
Okay. I appreciate you trying to translate it to English. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Ron, you already know, like, to me, rebounding is special teams. That's how we talked about that before. That's how I look at rebounding anyway.
So to Ron's point, really quickly, Ron, that's why we are who we are. That's why, because we say what the other people won't say. We actually talk basketball over here. It might get a little nasty sometimes, but that's what we do around here. We talk basketball.
Can I ask you guys though, who's going to be most important on each team? And I just want to start by saying I got Miles Turner. You have to.
Oh, well, Indiana's cooking.
Dr. Kai.
Yeah, you guys
with Mitch, Isaiah, and Precious down there.
Yeah,
he gonna
got really bang down low.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he can't hang. I'm not saying he can't.
I'm saying
hang.
it.
I'm
saying it.
Now,
I'll say it.
He might. Okay, I got you, chill. But what I'm saying is, it's gonna be hell down there, regardless. So he either he gonna have to buck up or chill. You say you call him
DC, Dr. Cotton.
Dr. Cotton.
Dr. Cotton.
If that's the case, it's a wrap. I don't think he got nothing for Mitchell Robinson alone.
I personally am not going to call another black man Dr. Cotton. That's just me.
Yeah. Good decision.
Maybe I'll come up with something else. Maybe Dr. Cotton isn't it. All right, I'll come up with something else. That's bad. Mars, when you are in a series like this, you can't. They're going to bring the fight to you. This isn't a situation where they just are rough. No, they're going to bring that rough fight to you. I don't think he can handle that. I don't think he's the guy who's going to get in the ring and go blow for blow, because that's what this is going to be. The Knicks are that kind of team. Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, OG, Josh Hart. They're going to bring the fight to you guys. And he's one of those guys who he's got to be at the forefront and fighting back. And when the game wears on, not only when the game wears on, that wears on those other guys. We play like this anyway. This is who we are. So this is not going to wear on us. This is who we are. Him, on the other hand, I think that he might throw some punches, but I don't think he's going to bring the fight back to them.
He can't be. I'm getting juice thinking about the preparation for this series. Like I'm envisioning right now. Like I'm envisioning right now who's in the gym right now, who's getting up shots right now. Like is Josh getting his form shooting, getting ready for this one? Like who is getting prepared for this series? The preparation alone. I think New York's going to take care of him, but I'm excited to see what Indy got, though. I want to see if Pascal can step up. I want to know if Tyrese Haliburton is really who they said he was.
What do you think has a coaching edge? Who has a coaching edge in the series? Knicks for sure.
Tibbs, man, come on. Carlisle's a bum.
That's crazy.
Hey, we're not gonna sit here and act like Carlisle can't coach, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Carlisle.
You don't like Carlisle for one reason and one reason only.
Carlisle's a bum.
You don't like Carlisle for yes. That's why.
Fill me in.
Ox would never give.
What's going on?
Because of Rondo in Dallas.
Oh,
Yes,
yes, but it makes sense.
That's the only reason why he don't like Carlisle. Like Carlisle could coach this Pacers team to a championship the next 3 years, and I can still be like, "Oh man, Carlisle's just this, and this."
I mean, what has Carlisle ever done?
One NBA championship.
Won a championship with Dallas.
I mean, yeah, that
One
dirt
NBA
shit, like
An amazing championship.
And if the malice in the palace doesn't happen, they win an NBA championship that year. I had
potentially we can't just stamp that. We can't just stamp
no,
that.
but they were in the East Finals last year, the year before against Detroit, and they ended up losing in the dogfight. They were one of the best teams defensively with the personnel that they had. Then the next year, that's the same malice in the palace. Which, by the way, Ox, I don't know if you remember this. They had Detroit 20 in a hole. Smoked them dudes. Absolutely smoked them. I had them winning the NBA championship that year.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people had them winning that championship.
Yeah, I had them winning the NBA championship.
I think they won that year too.
Rick
yeah, but I'm saying, like, what has he done since then? Like all the discrediting that we do for Doc Rivers and stuff like that. Why is Rick Carlisle slid under this radar for 30 years? Had one good, like, okay, not one good season.
He did not one.
That's I had that one ring. You know what I'm saying? Like Carlisle is obviously a good coach, but I think he's hyped. That's all. I'll say that he's not a bum. He's not a bum. But he's definitely
this year though has actually shown like Carlisle. You know, this was his resurgence year.
Wait, I think he's shown throughout. I mean, throughout the past decade, he's consistently elevated teams to be better than who they are. Like in talent wise, he's far exceeded the expectation of most of his teams. Which I don't think Doc
Luka Brunson team. The Luka Brunson team that went to the conference finals. That was Carlisle, right?
I believe so. Was it?
Yes, he was.
In 22, that was Jason Kidd.
No,
you better give Jason Kidd his respect.
In 22, yeah, that was.
You better give Jason Kidd his respect. Rick Carlisle left after 2021.
Carlisle is just. He's like a basic coach.
They just said last night was the first time Carlisle's won a playoff series since the
2011. Yeah, since 2011. They didn't get out of the first. They didn't get out of the first round for 10 years.
Yo,
he was there for 10 more years after that.
Chill, he doesn't do anything extraordinary. Rick Carlisle was just a
that's not true, Rob. That's not true, Ox. He's a really good defensive coach. He just doesn't have.
That was a masterful coaching job when they won.
With what's going on here, they definitely should be better defensively than what they are.
The defensive coach?
Yeah, but they're not very good defensively. They're not. When has he been a good defensive coach?
With Tyson Chandler? Yeah, I'm a good defensive coach if I got Tyson Chandler back there.
Ox, is it your estimation that just because I got hey, listen, man, I told you this already. Just because you can just anybody can train the secretary, you can screw him up too, though. And Rick Carlisle,
if I got Tyson Chandler protecting my rim, we're gonna have some good defense. I don't understand.
Well, they didn't do that. They didn't do it in Memphis, but he was a good defensive coach in Indiana. And even though it didn't work in Dallas with Rondo, but was it Dallas or Sacramento?
Dallas.
Oh, it was Dallas. Yes. It was Dallas. I mean, Dallas was a good defensive team. Dallas was a damn good defensive team. Like a lot of people don't talk about that with Dallas. They were a good defensive team. Why this Indiana team, which basically just got together? I think Rick Carlisle just what are we in 24? He got the job in what 22?
I think this is his second year.
Right? I think this is his second year. Yeah. Like they definitely need to improve defensively. Yes, they do. But in the past, Rick Carlisle has been a really good defensive coach with the personnel. Don't get me wrong, with the personnel, but he has been.
I'm just looking at some of the rosters, that he coached in Dallas, especially after that championship winning team. He won 50 games with Monte Ellis as his leading scorer. Chandler Parsons, Old Amare, Dirk was still.
Respect.
I gotta love Monte, but winning 50 games with Monte Ellis is your
Western Conference.
Yeah,
they got swept by the Thunder that year, right? Wait, no, which year are you talking about?
2014, 2015. Yeah, 2014.
They won 50 games?
They won 50 games that season. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Wow. Why do I remember the 2015 Mavericks winning 50 games?
Because you don't want to put some respect on my coach's name. Y'all gonna show my coach some respect.
That's crazy.
Wait. Show your coach some respect.
Look at that roster. It's crazy.
Is that what you mean? You mean Doc Rivers, Ron?
Yeah. See, chill.
They lost to the Rockets in 5 games.
What the Harden CP Rockets or was it?
No, 2015 Rockets, Harden, Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Gotcha. Not mad at that.
50 games was the 7 seeds.
Look at the roster.
That's crazy.
What about Mars? Why is that ridiculous? I think the Warriors. It was either in 13 or the Warriors won 50 games and they were the 8 seed.
Yeah, and I know because 2014, I think the Suns won 48 and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, they barely made the playoffs. 50 games.
The Mavs winning 50 games in 2015 is just not something I just like. That escaped my mind.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Shout out to the Mavs. Nice. Shout out to them.
All right, fellas, we got to get into the super chat. And Ox, based on what you said, I do believe that. Well, not even believe. I actually am more. I'm excited for both series, but I'm more excited for this Knicks Pacers series than I am for the Wolves and Nuggets. Even though they both don't, I do believe the Wolves and Nuggets is more of a clash of titans. But I think that this series is going to be a little more tactical between the Pacers and the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's get into these super chats. We got a few of them. Shout out to everybody that sent through super chat. Shout out to everybody that's liked the video. And if you haven't liked the video, I'll give you a shout out when you like the video. Actually, we got some new members. Let me start with the new members. KZD became a member. Red. Shout out Rojo. Rojo became a member today. ZZ became a member as well. Who else we got? Striving for the Kingdom Entertainment became a new member. Shout out to everybody that's striving for the kingdom, and shout out to this person specifically. And then we got a member super chat from a member who's been around for 8 months. Some of you guys know him as Huncho. Some of you guys know him as Luncho. I know him as the man that's better than James B. This is what he had to say. He had to say, L. James B. And Tay Luke still owes me $100. Ron banned him from the chat.
That's
Hey, man, pay your debt, Joe. Hey,
Taylor got to pay early.
See, this is why I don't make bets. This is why I don't make
Come on,
bets.
B. You owe that dude. Pay that dude, Joe. Do not bet that dude and not pay him. Do not do that. Number one,
making bets and then not paying them. That's
crazy.
Oh, yo, you owe that dude. Pay him.
Yeah. Hey, if you can't do it, get on a payment plan.
Right.
$20 a week, whatever. You know,
nah, you gotta charge interest on that. Definitely.
You just gotta figure it out. Talk to him, figure it out. You know.
Pay that man, yo. You owe that man. If you ain't had 100 when you bet him, you shouldn't have done it.
Betting in the chat is crazy, by the way. But hey,
that's
shout out to you
insane.
guys.
Betting in the chat is insane. Watch.
Shout out to you guys, man.
Nah, but taking bets in the chat and expecting to get your money is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I feel like
shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys.
If I don't see you on camera, at least like once a week or something, it's tough.
We taking your word through text.
Yeah,
I
in a live chat.
And especially like I don't got you on no social media, nothing. This is the only time we communicate 3 hours a day. Or another show, but
I can't find you nowhere.
Hey, look though, some people in this chat communicate with each other more than they communicate with their best friends. Dang. They in here for 3 hours a day, constantly talking back and forth. Like, this is more than a chat. This is more than a community. This is like a family.
You guys like family.
It's a family. It's a fraternity. You know, this is something that's deeper than
it's a cult.
It's a frat house.
I ain't say that.
Yeah, cult's great.
Shout out to the chat.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna run a poll. Is the chat more of a cult, fraternity, or jailhouse?
Jailhouse.
There we go. It's crazy. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna run that poll in a second. I'm gonna read MP13 super chat. He said, I believe he's saying if you wish to get a position in the NBA, it's not wise to ostracize an up-and-coming player because it goes viral and creates a preconception of you as an individual and could work against your hiring.
Which does make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. Sure. If Becky Hammond is trying to coach in the NBA, her saying that, maybe that could affect, a team going, we want her as our head coach because, what is she saying about the people on our crew? But also, to Ox's point, I got to keep it a bean with you. If you whack, you whack.
If I can't make a statement while I'm commentating the game or something and say that I don't think, or if I'm on a show, I can't say that, you're not gonna hire me, then I don't think I want to coach over here.
JJ Redick seems to be fine. JJ Redick has made a bunch of comments about players today, players in the past, and he get an interview for head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
So I think it's all right. I think they'll survive.
All right, y'all go vote on that poll. Let's really get down to the bottom of what the chat could possibly be. MP13 with another super chat. He said, I don't get why people glamorize being inefficient if the goal is to win. Then why would I wait 4 to 5 years to gamble and hopefully develop a championship level team compared to just trading for them?
Wouldn't that that's a double negative. You glamorizing inefficiency if the goal is to win. I wouldn't glamorize inefficiency if the goal is to win.
Yeah, I think that's his point. He's saying it doesn't make sense to say you should build a team and wait 6 years when that means you've now wasted 5 seasons for the 6th season to be good, when you could just make trades and get talent so where you can win in 2 years. So now you haven't wasted 5 years. He's saying it doesn't make sense to spend 5 years building and then win on the 6th than to not spend the 5 years building and win on the 2nd. He's saying it makes more sense to make trades or free agency and all of those things. That's what he's saying.
I do think, though, the way the NBA is structured, though, right now, we've seen that it's more efficient in terms of winning multiple championships to draft well and build a team through the draft and adding a piece or two versus trying to put a super team together. Putting the super teams together thing hasn't really resulted in a team winning 3-4 championships.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Super chat from Chip. He said Rick didn't like JB and benched him for Trey Burke. Also was fired for allegedly faking a feud between Dennis Smith Jr. and Luka, even though they was friends.
Sounds like teams. I don't know.
I'm not familiar with the inner workings of the Mavericks, so I have no.
Yo, niggas say anything.
Yeah.
Styles Blackman said, ever since Mars said, why is Obi Toppin playing? He's been balling. ... Side note, K. That dude, he's stepping on that boy. Still waiting on PC Music.
Okay, let's put some respect on Drake too. Drake landed a little hammer, a little blow. Then Kendrick came back. It took him a little while, but he came back. Don't gonna lie, Kendrick been killing it the past 2, but Drake gonna come back. Come on, man. Drake's on top for a reason.
He came back with a 2-piece though.
He did. It was a solid 2-piece. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was the one where he made fun of the Toronto accent was hilarious. Not gonna lie, that first one, the Cody part was hilarious.
It sounded to me like he just telling Drake, like, Drake, you really ain't about this, yo. It's like, why don't you be who you are, which is a pop star? Like, I'm for real a battle rapper. You not. So how about we just leave it at that, fam? This ain't really you. I don't want to destroy you. I don't want to lift the curtain up on you. So don't make me. But you already doing it though. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I want to give Ben Shepherd credit. A rookie coming in, giving valuable minutes to the Pacers, making shots, doing all those things. He didn't get that many minutes in the regular season, but he's come in and he's
making shots, not so much, but he's playing.
You're not making shots?
He's not. For what it's worth, I really don't like Ben Shepherd that much, but he does come in and play hard. He does come in and play hard, and he plays defense. Offensively, I think he can improve a little bit, but he's not terrible though.
Yeah, he shot 50% from 3 in the series.
Okay.
Yeah. Took 18, so he made 9.
Went 1 for 2 last night. Shout out Ben Shepherd though.
Yeah,
but he has been playing a lot of minutes too, and he will actually be somebody that's going to be guarding Jalen Brunson too. So good luck, man. Good luck.
Rambo, I dig Drake. I don't dislike Drake. I love Drake. I think Drake is super dope. And I think he's better than Kendrick, if you ask me personally. So I'm just going off what it sounds like in the battle raps that Kendrick is saying. That, yo, this ain't really you, B. This ain't what you about. I know you and I know what you really about. That's what it sounds like to me with what Kendrick is saying.
They're 2 different artists. Like you said, one's a pop star, the other one's a real lyricist, poet, whatever you want to say it. It's just 2 different lanes.
Yeah, he's a poet for sure.
Xavier said, can we talk about Philly J. Cole and Kyle Big Booty Lowry scoring the same points as me on 4 shots combined?
Oh my God.
Well, we spoke about Tobias Harris a couple of days ago. I've always been curious about this, like, and I guess now's a good time to ask it. Why do we only judge bench production by how many points the bench scores? Like every time it's like, oh, they got nothing from their bench because their bench scored 8 points. Right. But like, teams never just run a full bench lineup. Like, teams are never just gonna go 5 bench players out on the court at the same time. So they're gonna be playing with starters. So if the bench players are mixing with the starters, why are we judging them just based on how many points they score? Like, I don't understand why that's how we judge how well the bench is playing. If you're coming in and you're a bench player, but you're coming in to play next to Embiid,
right?
Are you spacing the floor? Are you playing defense? Like, are you doing those things? We're only judging the bench by how many points they score. And that's why the 6th man of the year just seems to be always going to these guys who score off the bench.
Right.
Shout out to Nas Reed. Like, this year is kind of different, but like the Tyler Heroes or Jamal Crawfords or the Lou Williams, like there's more to coming off the bench than just scoring. Like Andre Iguodala was one of the best bench players in the league.
Yeah.
Scoring like 8 points a game. But we knew what he was bringing off the bench. So I don't get why we just minimize bench play or how the bench is playing to how many points are scored off by players who come off the bench. I don't understand.
Well, I think the main issue with that, Mars, is in the playoffs, points, especially from rotation guys, come at a premium. It's not like you're just getting 20, 25 points from your bench like you would in January. So I think that they're valued more in the postseason. Sure, I don't want to discount, I don't know, Derek Lively coming off the bench and giving you 10 rebounds and blocking a shot and man in the paint. Hell yeah, that's huge. But is that bigger than Derek Lively coming off the bench and giving you 14 points too, in addition to what he already did? Because again, I want to make sure that I'm clear on this. Bench points in the playoffs come at a premium because these guys there aren't many bench players when the temperature rises, when the level of play rises. There aren't many bench players that can raise their level of game for teams. That's what what we were talking about earlier and how important rotation guys are. There's not many bench players who can raise their game to when we get to the postseason, they could be that integral. That's why the best teams, their rotation guys, the best teams that like win it, their rotation guys are a huge reason why, because they raise their level of play, including scoring.
Yeah, but like, and I agree. Like, but I think points in general just come at a premium once you get to the playoffs. But like, if we're judging the bench by how many points they score, I feel like it gets to like a point where like when the Warriors were strength in numbers, Iggy was scoring 9 points off the bench. Livingston was scoring 8 points off the bench. But we understood they were providing great value as bench guys because we knew Iggy was providing excellent playmaking. He was guarding the best players. He was playing the dunker spot. He would space the floor. He'll do all these things. But you look at the box score, it's like Iggy had 8 points. But this guy is averaging 17 points off the bench. So I guess he's the better bench player, which is why Iguodala never won 6th man of the year, even though he was clearly the best player in the league coming off the bench. Right. In my opinion. So like, some people might be like, oh, he wasn't better than this guy. In my humble opinion, Iggy was easily the best player in the league coming off the bench. But he never got 6th man of the year love because of those reasons where I think we just prioritize scoring. Like, what value is scoring off the bench when you're one of the worst defenders in the league? Like, that's why we get to the conversation. We get to the conversation of, oh, well, Bones Highland needs minutes. But like, yeah, he can score 12 points off the bench. But if he's one of the worst defenders in the league, there's a reason those guys don't play that much in the postseason. Right. There's a reason why, even though Montrezl Harrell won 6th man of the year because he was scoring well off the bench, he could rebound, he gave energy. The playoffs came around and defensively, he just wasn't giving you what you needed. Right. Same thing with Lou Williams. Same thing with Jamal Crawford. All these guys who are like, oh, 6th man of the year. These are the best 6 men. There's a reason they become very hard to play in the postseason. Right. Very hard to play. Like, you, even not from a numbers perspective, but I'm sure their numbers also go down, but their minutes are going to drop because they become borderline unplayable. So I don't understand why we can see that consistent pattern and then be like, oh, well, this bench isn't producing because they're not scoring 20 points a game. But like, if they're playing great defense and they're spacing the floor, even if they only make 1 or 2 threes, but they're spacing the floor, that's more valuable than having a Tim Hardaway Jr. type off the bench who can give you 16 points, but with everything else that comes with it, the defense, the bad shots, all of those things. Like, I think it's more. It has to be more than just points, but we just seem to only judge the bench by points.
I don't think this conversation should be only relegated to the bench. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this should only be talking about the bench. I think this should go for the star players and MVP votes.
I agree. It's always more than points. Yes, always. I hate it. I just
points is the quote unquote sexy stat, right? That people are going to see the points. It's
basketball is so much more than just 100%. How many points does this individuals. Basketball is about, like, it's this simple. How many points do you help your team score? Yep. And how many points do you help your team stop the other team from scoring? That's it. So if you score 30 points, that help your team put 30 points on the board. But if you're giving up 40, you're not helping your team as much. Or if you're putting up 30 points, but you're taking 30 possessions to get the 30 points, you're also probably not helping your team that much. Basketball is a very simple game. It's not about how many points you score. It's about how many points you help your team score. And these bench guys who, like, people praise a lot, not all of them are bad. I'm not saying they're bad players. Right. But there's a reason their minutes tend to go down in the postseason. It's because of the things that they give up a lot of points on the other end. They take a lot of bad shots, or they're high volume scorers who take possessions away, because when the rotations shorten, these sixth men are going to start playing with the starters more. Who would you rather have the ball in their hands? Tim Hardaway Jr. or Luka Doncic and Kyrie? So like at that point now, it's what do you provide off the ball? What do you do defensively? All of those things. So that's why I think people just overstate, oh, well, the bench needs to give us 20 points. So like if the bench is helping you rebound, or the bench is playing defense and they're going to be playing with the starters, they don't need to be the ones to score. If Rui Hachimura is there next to LeBron and AD at all times, you don't need 15 points from Rui. You need good defense and rebounding from Rui. The issue is Rui's defense wasn't very good in the series. So like he became like bad, but it's not because he wasn't scoring a lot. If Rui scored 15 in the final game, but that 15 didn't help the Lakers nearly win because his defense was bad. So I don't like that we just minimize bench production or production in general to just how many points they score. It just bothers me.
Ron, really quickly, and to Mars's point, I know we got to go, but Mars, it also depends on the unit. So if you're talking about the Golden State Warriors with Andre Iguodala, well, that 8 points that he gives you, that's 17 points off the bench. It's going to look different. Why? Because the Warriors are scoring 115, and basically 100 of it is coming from Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Dre, and all of those other guys. So that's gonna look different coming from these guys, as opposed to a team that's offensively deficient like the Minnesota Timberwolves. So when they get 12 points off the bench from Naz Reid, it's going to look a lot different. And not only is it going to look a lot different, it's going to help them a lot more. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Andre Iguodala and Livingston, I think those two guys, that 17 points adds to what we're doing. But when you're talking about a team that if you got Looney or somebody else coming off their bench that pulled down 12 rebounds, well, scoring doesn't come at a premium for us in terms of our unit. But we might be a little bit deficient in rebounding. So that might look a little bit different. So I know we got to go around.
If you're not in the super chat, or not the super chat, I'm sorry, the group chat on Telegram, join right now. I just actually sent my Tyrese Haliburton daily propaganda in there, morningly from here on out. Mornings, afternoons, evenings, and midnight. I'm sending through Pacers and Tyrese Haliburton propaganda.
Get Ron off the screen. Get Ron off the screen. Sick of Ron.
Hey. Join the group so you can see all the nasty shit I'm gonna be talking from here until we beat them in 6 games. Right here, pinned at the top of the chat. But I got other super chats too. MP13 sent through another one, and he said, "I'm confused why anyone cares what she says. There's a random questionable quote from some miscellaneous Hall of Fame player every other week. It's just that her first viral quote came off as she's hating."
Okay,
I mean, people talk about everything. I mean, we spoke about what Tony Kukoc said about Jokic a couple weeks ago. They say something to dismiss a player today or whatever, it gets spoke about. Like when JJ Redick said the 60s was plumbers and firemen, we spoke about that. It's just it gets attention for
And what do you mean? Who cares? You care. That's why you're bringing it up.
Also, we're on playback tonight. And this is the schedule for tonight. You got NBA X coming on at 6 Eastern time. You got Open Gym, which is going to be on YouTube at 2. And then you also got us right now. But then after that, you got my man Chilltown, who's going to be on playback watching the game tonight. Y'all be sure to pull up for game 6. It's definitely going to be a pivotal one, important one. But I got to get back to these super chats, and hopefully we'll have enough time to get predictions on those games tonight. Zulu said, "Can the Knicks sustain this with the heavy minutes if the series goes with the Pacers to 6 or 7 games, especially with the pace?"
I'm tired of hearing that heavy minutes logic. Can we kill it already?
They're ready for it. They've been doing it all season.
Yeah, they'll be all right. And also, we don't know how fast the series is going to be. Whoever controls the tempo of the series is going to have some. They're gonna be on control. I think Tyrese Haliburton said that after the Bucks game. When they control the tempo, they beat the Bucks. When they didn't, they lost. It's going to be that simple. I'm just concerned because the things the Knicks do well on offense, the Pacers are bad at on defense.
And by the way, Mars, to your point, the 2 games that Josh Hart did not have double-digit rebounds, they lost. The 4 games that he did have double-digit rebounds, bye, Philly. They're going to door. Goodbye. See you later.
Could I see some Josh Hart regression in shooting? I haven't looked at numbers, but it seems like he's shooting a little above his head. maybe that. But
He's shooting at a higher percentage than he did.
Yeah. So maybe he regresses, but I think Donte DiVincenzo, he kind of had a rough series. I think he'll bounce back a little bit. Even OG had a rough start. He should bounce back too.
I mean, but you also got to look at shot quality. Josh Hart was getting a lot of open looks this series. Bad design.
I was about to say, Mars, that was part of the plan.
Yeah, bad design for sure.
Yeah.
He knocked him down. So credit to him.
Alan L said Mavs in 6, Celtics in 5, L Ox, L Dub, and L Goofy rankings from Ron yesterday.
Ron yesterday on playback. Ron,
I seen something from Ron that I ain't seen before.
God, we gotta play that from Ron Freaky, bro.
Seen what?
Yesterday on playback when you reclipped the 100K special. Caught you talking.
2 hours 29 on part 2.
Hey, what happens on playback stays on playback.
Really quickly, Mars, before we go.
It's a group consensus about that.
I'll put Eleanor somewhere up high where he can't get down and he'll be stuck. Like I'll put him on, I'll pick him up, I'll put him on top of a shed or something, and he'll be stuck.
What, like a cat when you gotta call 911 to get him out the tree?
Like if he
he'd be calling for his mama and shit, like, yeah, I can't get down. She'd be like, jump, baby, I'm scared.
You know. Really quickly before we move on, Ron. Mars,
what's up?
Yes or no, Mars?
Yes. Okay. It was part of the poll. We got 33%. Shout out to you guys. Should have got 100%, but we'll take 33.
Skip Payless. Skip Payless just simply said Tobias the terrorist.
He had a bad game.
Series.
Yeah, he did have a tough series too. Yeah. Do we expect him to have a good series?
I did.
I never expect him to have a good series.
I'm trying to be more positive. I'm not trying to speak negative on players anymore. So
you know what's funny? Mars, I know you turned over a new stone and everything. I kind of miss the old Mars.
Mars,
Yeah,
man, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to just enjoy the product on the floor. I'm not trying to disrespect players. I've been too negative about Domantas Sabonis, Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan. I don't appreciate how good these NBA players are, man.
So bro, sounds like Mars got a girlfriend, man. He be talking to her,
or a boyfriend. Like, love is love.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
Or are they friends?
Some sort of friend, because they be like, Mars, you just gotta lighten up.
Mars, you got a he she there?
I'm sorry. Sure.
You got to
can't the WNBA preseason starts tonight. We get to see Caitlin Clark. We get to see what she looks like with this Indiana team. I'm looking forward to it. There you go, brother. I'm sorry.
People care about preseason?
I'm sorry we're not focused on the WNBA preseason because the NBA playoffs are going on right now. This is no disrespect to the women, none whatsoever. But I'm sorry. We got the NBA playoffs going on right now. And the WNBA preseason isn't as high a priority as you would like it to be. I apologize, brother. I'm sorry.
And y'all stay tuned. It will be a WNBA show.
We will get to the WNBA, though.
Very soon.
Shout out WNBA. It looks like they're selling out arenas now. Saw some of the numbers. They're really selling out a lot of places. Shout out the WNBA.
Hey, but I mean, me and Ox tried to tell y'all a couple years ago, though, like the WNBA is the shit.
It is.
And so I am glad that, cats are more excited about it. I'm glad that we paying more attention. And it's going to be a good-ass season. We're going to talk about that season all summer. Hey, this is going to be a star-studded summer. We got one of the most highly anticipated WNBA seasons. It's obviously just the NBA offseason as well. We got the Olympics. It's going to be a good summer. It's going to be a good summer. Hey, kick it back. So any time it gets boring, we got hypothetical talk. It's going to be a good summer, y'all. Hey, we might bring back some battles. It might be a PC weekend. You never know. We might align the goofies together. You never know what's gonna happen. So and unfortunately, we'll only have 8 tickets for the top 8 goofies in the chat, which means James B, you probably gonna have to stay in Detroit, but that's all right, man. That's all right. LaFlame said, shout out Jalen Brunson. This Knicks team might be able to push the Celtics to 6 games.
The Celtics? He doesn't know.
They could definitely win a couple games on the Celtics. Wouldn't be shocked.
They're on the other side of the bracket, Jalen. They're not seeing each other.
I mean, they're going to see each other. They'll see each other in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Orlando, hello.
If Orlando does it, that'd be something.
Yeah,
that'd be something. Let's see that. They're gonna win tonight.
The Cavs definitely could beat Boston.
Is Jarrett Allen playing tonight? Anyone know?
It's game time decision still, I believe.
He should set up. Yeah.
LaFlame also said, Ticket is like Draymond Green and Ron is like Steve Kerr.
Facts.
You're enabling.
Champions?
You're enabling.
You let him rock.
You're an enabler, Ron. You're an enabler.
So would that make Swipe a KD?
No, because because Swipe actually fights back.
Oh, okay.
Swiper Sean Livingston, Ennis Glazer.
Who fights back on the Warriors? I don't know. David West.
David West. Let's go on there. David West is no joke.
MP13 said, how much money to ban LeBron topics for a week? Because this ends up the same way every time. Just no actual discourse, just random yelling.
We actually had some good conversations today, so that's just not true.
Yeah, he's out of the playoffs. We don't need to talk about it. He's living life.
No, he talking about earlier today when the ticket was on.
He's talking about stacking the deck and Jalen Brunson.
You know that happened. So that's kind of.
But if
I just tune it out.
I just tune out. If I must put a price on it, it would be $100 a day plus 8.8% sales tax in the state of Seattle. So, or city of Seattle, state of Washington. So $108.80 a day.
Right. Say it like this. You got to give more than what LeBron topics generate on views. And let's be real.
LeBron topics do be generating
views. Real. LeBron topics generate the most views.
I seen the little segment come out of the MJ lost to Bird 1 million times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just see a GOAT debate all over the comments.
And the comments go crazy. The comments just go back and forth, both sides. It'd be hilarious.
I just be reading them like, damn.
I used to be in those comments too. Then I just realized no one's going to make any. No one's mind is going to be changed off these comments. I'm like, I just stop commenting.
You got to really cook in the comments.
Nah, people don't care. You can cook. You can write a whole soliloquy, whatever you want. People don't care. They're like, bisexual, Jordan meat rider. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Just turns into a bunch of name calling.
Yeah, that's all it turns into.
Duce Rhodes said Pat Bev's actions last night was bitch made. Get that thug out of the league.
What, him throwing the ball he threw a ball at a fan. He meant to throw it at some man in the crowd. He missed. He hit a woman behind the man. Then they threw the ball back to Pat Bev, and then he threw it again at the man.
Harder.
Yeah. This time he actually hit the man, so he didn't hit the woman twice. But yeah, he threw a ball into the crowd.
I hope they sue his ass too.
I wouldn't be surprised. That woman definitely has grounds to sue.
I hope she get paid for that.
A bag. I was gonna say, get yourself.
That woman definitely has grounds to sue. I wouldn't be surprised.
You got to maintain composure, brother.
They said he also kicked the reporter out of the room.
He's been doing that. Ever since he's got his pod, he been saying, if you're not subscribed to the pod, you're not interviewing me. I don't know why it's a big deal now. Everyone's like, oh my god, Pat Bev, like he's been doing this. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because it was the day of him throwing a ball at someone.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But like I'd say like this is a new thing, and he just decided to do it to this lady. Is untrue. He's been doing that the whole time.
I had no clue he was doing that though.
Yeah, he been doing that. I don't know why people are complaining about that, but
in honor of Pat Bev. If you're not subscribed to the pod, get the fuck out.
Whatever. But
the way
he won't get in trouble for throwing the ball for sure.
Yeah, the way Pat Bev carries himself and talks, he can't be that sensitive. You just gotta take, the way he be talking about people talking.
So what if the fan was racist?
I mean,
that's what you got to bring up. You got to bring up.
And we don't know what was said. We don't know what was said.
He didn't just throw the ball. He didn't just throw the ball. I'm sure he said something.
Man, this is yo, Mars. This is America.
Free speech?
No.
Land of the free. Land of the free. Home of the brave. You know what I'm saying? If you racist, you racist. You can't throw balls at ladies because somebody's racist in the crowd. That's just not how it works. You're not allowed to do that. Like,
I do need to hold a game check though, Ox. Maybe 2.
Yeah, he getting a fine for sure.
He probably hold a game check.
And that woman has grounds to sue because she wasn't even the one who said anything. She was just an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
So these players be acting like crybabies, getting fans kicked out of games, then throwing tantrums after you lose, throwing the ball at people. Man, you are in the NBA. You're in a fish bowl. People are going to say things to you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to yell at you. They're going to cuss at you. Don't nobody want to hear, I'm a man with a family. You can't talk to me like that. Man, shut up, man.
The same guy who pushed Chris Paul in the back after the loss to the Suns.
He should have been.
He's done some questionable things. Like he's done some questionable.
Broke Russell Westbrook's knee.
Yeah, he's done some questionable things. I just think the reporter thing is nothing. But that, he gonna get in trouble for that. Rightfully so.
Kid Trunks 44 said, "Is Joel Embiid a superstar? Regular season star?
Kid
playoff?
He averaged 30. He averaged 30. What did he average? 30 and 12 in this series?
He was awesome.
Like, we just
What are
seen
you
one of the
doing?
best first round series we've
What are
seen
you
in a
talking
while.
about? He was awesome.
And
in this
instead
series.
of talking about how great the series was, you want to come.
awesome.
Is Joel Embiid a superstar? Like, we watched a great basketball series, and the thing you want to ask
Awesome.
is Joel Embiid a super? Like that's what I mean. People don't enjoy basketball.
That's about this.
Like, there's no way you watch that series. How great that series was. How great Brunson played. How great Maxey played. How great Josh Hart played. How great Embiid played. And the thing you want to come out of that series is Joel Embiid a superstar? Like, bro, you guys.
Hey, and Embiid balled out last night too. He
There's no
left
way you
everything
like
he had on the floor. He left
did.
it all out there.
He did.
It's just impossible for you. There's no way you like the game of basketball. It's impossible.
So, Ron,
What's up?
where are we at now, bro? Are you done?
Super chats.
Are you done with the Sixers?
We're at
No.
Ron,
Philly next year, right? Philly next
Ron,
year.
how long have
Philly
they been
next year.
doing this to you?
Hey,
No,
look.
he's not.
Addition. Remember last year I told you guys it was addition by subtraction. They got James Harden out of there. Now we'll be a better team.
Bro, Embiid is gonna.
Just so you know,
Embiid's
you
gonna
want
be
Out of
MVP
here,
favorite.
and we'll be a better team.
Going back
Okay?
with
Yes,
Ron.
we got
Okay.
Philly. Stop my preseason prediction for next season. I got Philly.
So
Philly's
y'all
my
still
Eastern
trust the
Conference.
process?
Joel Embiid,
Ron, you still
Joel Embiid, your
I
MVP.
got
Going back.
Philly.
Joel Embiid,
As long
MVP.
as Tobias is gone,
We're going backwards, Mars.
It's gotta be
We're
gone.
going the other way, Mars.
Ron, I need you to say it right now. Ron, I need you to say, I trust the process.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Believe
Ox.
it.
He does
I
not. He
need you
can't
to
say
say
it.
I
If
need
he
you
can,
to say,
if
I
he can
trust
say
the
it,
process.
if he
Ron.
can say it, he would have just said it right there.
Come
He
on,
can't
Ron.
say it.
look. Okay,
Come on,
okay.
Ron.
Look. I've trusted the process.
There you
since
go, Ox.
2019.
There it
Since
is.
2019, I have trusted the process, and I'm almost positive that next year I'll be trusting the process too.
Which means, as of right now,
Man, stand on your nuts and say something. Man, stand on. What are you? What are you doing?
Philly.
That hurts.
I did used to.
It does.
and then I
Yes,
think next
it
time, and
hurts.
maybe tomorrow I might.
Ox,
I better stop beating on your pussyfooting.
That's what it
Beating
sounds
around
like,
the
Ox.
bush.
That's what it sounds like, Ox. You told her you love her, but I
Chill,
used to love you a lot more.
I'm never.
I might love you next year a little bit more, but I don't love you as much now as I did. But I might love you more next year.
Look,
It
next
sounds
year,
like-
after the first 25 games, there's gonna be an episode. Who are MVP picks? And Joel Embiid will probably be number one. He's gonna put up phenomenal numbers again. He's gonna be an MVP favorite, and if he plays enough games, probably win the MVP.
I got Philly. I don't know what to tell you.
Maxi jump.
Black Mamba said, "Stop acting like he carrying the current Pistons. Celtics have 4 all-star level guys and 2 elite role players in White and Horford. New York got no chance. Sorry."
Bro, Derek White is different.
So why
That's why
is
it's so
Derek White the role player guy, but Drew Holiday's all-star level?
No, Derek White's all-star level. To me, Derek White's all-star level at this point. What I've seen, I think he's an all-star caliber player.
You know, see what Derek White's been. Shout out to Derek. Derek White needs more love. But
100%.
Orlando in 5.
Adam West said, "Who
You
else
don't
had
believe that.
ticket flex in his basketball career on their bingo card?"
Do we need a ticket bingo card? I know we got the chill
Definitely.
bingo card, which probably needs to be updated. We definitely need the crash out on the bingo card. But
I didn't know.
But
I had
we
a
need
bingo
it.
card. What does a bingo card look like? I'm sorry.
Dude, you don't remember
we've gone through it before. Punch drunk boxer, crash car into a telephone pole,
Okay. I'm
bucket of extra crispy in a
Okay.
6-pack. We
Okay.
might need the ticket bingo
and
card. too.
potatoes.
We might need the ticket bingo. Stacking the deck, your king, not 1, not 2, but 6
Terry
NBA
Cloth,
finals.
Very soft.
Terry Cloth, that means he's very soft. Yeah, we
Might
might
have
need
to.
the ticket bingo
I
card.
like it.
Someone leave a comment after this live about what the ticket bingo card would entail. I'm curious.
Put me on the big screen.
Oh, put me on the big screen for sure.
Can you smell?
Pick your head
No,
up, Mars.
no. You can't say what you smell. That's not his line. It's
Can't
not
catch
his
it.
line. Nope.
All right, y'all. Nuance said, "Can we get Ox's $3 on a hoodie, like as merch?"
The hoodie gonna cost more than the money on the hoodie.
That's
A
$3.
good amount.
Mike Oxmails Grim said, "Top 3 in the NBA? Question mark. So Yoke, Giannis, Luka, SGA, Tatum, etc. play golf now. Shooting 35 shots a game to score 40 points isn't the flex New York fans think it
Did
is."
I not say this literally like yesterday or 2 days ago? We're gonna get to the point where people gonna be like, anyone could score that many points if they took 35 shots a game. 2
Mark,
days
you know
later,
how
what
it
you know?
goes.
Instantly.
It's true though, Mars. It's true.
No, wait, but for anyone to think that
if you shoot that much, you should score that much.
No, but hold on, Ox.
It takes skill to be able to generate yourself
Facts.
30 looks.
And go back and watch.
You can't just get 30 shots. You have to create 30
Go
shots.
back and watch the playoffs from like 2000 to 2005. The amount of guards that were chucking a lot of shots to get the 40 points.
Jalen,
Well,
I don't
Vince,
care.
Iverson,
That doesn't change
Matt,
anything.
Kobe,
if you shoot that much, you should score that much. I don't care.
Logically speaking, the more shots you take, the more points you're going to score, of course.
I don't care if they did that in 1776. If you shoot that much, you should score that much.
Sure.
W1776.
Melo Williams said OG looked good against the 76ers. What Ticket say about his offense?
What did Ticket say about his offense?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know.
He looked good, I think, like for 3 games. He just struggled a couple games.
He missed a wide open dunk. That was a momentum shifter right there. I thought that was the moment that we were going to win, but
he made up for it because he ran down the lane and punched it on Joel Embiid and got an N1.
Yeah, and then missed the free throw. But like, man, we should have won that game, man.
I'm happy you shoot that 3 too.
13200 said, as a Knicks fan, this Knicks team cannot win a championship. We lose to Boston, Denver, Minnesota. Fully healthy Knicks team, different story.
Just so you
lose
know,
to Orlando.
You lose to Boston and Denver, but Minnesota.
Just so you know,
lose
32.
to Indiana.
100, that's your name. 132. These how many times Minnesota beat Phoenix this year before the playoffs. I just want to put that on your mind.
And that's how many times Minnesota's going to beat Denver.
Okay.
Sir Charles likes churros. Said, would you trade Randall for Bridges?
Mikal, I assume.
Yes.
That's interesting. Like you think so? Jalen Brunson, OG, and Mikal together.
That's interesting.
If they want to just keep adding wings, I mean,
does that mean Hartenstein can a bigger role though?
He's just saying that because he want to get the Villanova guys back.
Yeah, of course.
Basketball. Like they don't need Mikal Bridges. They're straight on their wings. They don't need Mikal Bridges. They don't.
But if
they got OG.
They're good.
But if you really believe Hartenstein can be, can maybe take another step and be a guy.
Hartenstein's a free agent this summer. I don't know. Someone's paying him. Like I need you to know. A team is paying
Oklahoma City is on line 1.
I'm saying if they get Hartenstein, I'm trying to get Hartenstein in Houston.
Oklahoma City is on line 1.
Every team in the NBA, I don't care who you got on your roster, should at least offer him something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's no team that would get worse if they added Isaiah Hartenstein.
Look, if you're the Timberwolves, you at least you still, hey, you want to come over here? You know what I'm saying? You come play with us. So we can give you this much. You know what I'm saying? We may not need you, but I'm offering you. Like, I really hope he's looking for property out in Granite Bay, Chilltown. I hope he's looking around Folsom area somewhere.
I'm trying to get to Granite Bay too. DSG Piccolo said when Brunson had Batum in jail and went up for a shot, I think he meant to say when Batum had Brunson in jail and went up for a shot.
You know when you get the defender on your back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I'll call that jail.
Some people say putting the defender in jail. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when Brunson had Batum in jail and went up for a shot, should that have been an offensive foul? I know they were supposed to have taken those kind of plays out the game. Maybe Brunson went straight up.
He actually went forward.
I was confused when I seen it because I thought they got it out. I thought they said
he did it twice though. He got Kelly Oubre a few plays later.
He's been doing it all series. I thought they said that it wouldn't be called a defensive foul, but maybe the way Brunson's doing it is different. I'm not saying like he's cheating the system or anything. Like I said, if you can get to the line, get to the line. But I just thought I thought the rule was different. But maybe maybe I'm not fully aware. Or maybe he's doing something different. But I thought when you have someone in jail and you stop instantly and let them run into you and then you just go up, I thought they said that wasn't a defensive foul anymore. But maybe it's something different. I don't know.
I hate that. I hate it when guards get away with doing that.
Almighty Lambo said, what's popping, Mars and Ox? Everybody else, a bozo, including the chat goofies. Hashtag, you know who you are, Cavs and 6. Damn, chat.
Coming
Don't let them talk to you like that.
Love, Lambo.
So, fellas, I got to bounce.
Merry
see you
Christmas.
dudes later.
Hey, chill.
Yes, sir.
Be easy.
Be easy.
Yes, take it light.
Okay. We got enough catchphrases.
Lil Techie said Kung Fu Kenny cooked that bum. Damn, Jalen. It's a bum now.
Kung Fu Kenny. Who's Kung Fu Kenny?
K-Mac 2004 YouTube said, "Who are the 10 best NBA athletes if you had to pick?"
Did we not do this a couple of days ago?
We did this 3 times this week.
Yeah, Matt Thompson, Aaron Gordon, Asar Thompson, Giannis, Zion, John Morant, Jalen Green,
Anthony
Edwards,
Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah.
Any more super chats?
I mean, so those are all like I guess athleticism. I get it. But what about just like guys who were multi-sport athletes in high school?
Man, Pat Connaughton. Okay, I mean, I guess Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, it could. I'm just saying, having a scholarship to play, college baseball or football, and choosing basketball, like that's impressive. If you have one.
Yeah, I just said Pat Connaughton.
Shout out Pat Cotton.
Baseball though, Jalen.
Pat Connaughton is a very good athlete.
How hard the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball.
I don't care if it's hard, Jalen. That's not.
This is crazy.
We talked about this already.
Speaking of which, man, hey, shout out to Seattle Mariners, man. We first in the division right now. We done won 5 straight series. Hey, Jalen tried to talk shit about our pitching staff. We got 15 straight quality starts. We've won 11 out of the last 14 games, and we are cooking. Just beat the Atlanta Braves. Sent they asses packing. We finna go see some other bums. Houston finna send they ass packing, and then who else we play after that? It don't matter. We finna send.
I got your Kirby.
Shout out to Sacramento.
I got your picture. Kirby's over on strikeouts. I got your picture over on strikeouts today, so you better not let me down. It's at 4.5. You better get 5.
Smart man.
You're a gambling addict.
Could be a little bit,
hey, but not for real though. Y'all check out that WNBA preseason. I don't give a damn if it's the NBA playoffs, man.
That's real.
Skip, and that's a fact too. I'll stand with Ox. But Skip Haley said New York should trade McHale next year and get the Nova band back. You guys just want to see these guys play together again because they did it at Villanova, and so do I.
I mean, that would be dope.
Let's get McHale over there.
That would be dope, but they got OG already. It's no.
Apparently, the fan only said to Pat Beverly Cancun on 3.
Beverly sensitive. Beverly,
that's enough.
He's hella sensitive.
These
Motherfuckers.
Rich, these athletes are so sensitive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, for real? Like that's really that's offensive.
There's no way.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying that sparks his or that gives him a pass on that. But
Darvin Ham just got fired.
Thank you.
Tap into Open Gym. Tap into Open Gym.
Open Gym next. It's finna go down. And NBA.
Jalen, you want to pull up?
Almost on one today.
I'll probably pull up for a bit. Yeah, I'll
there you go. Welcome.
I'm gonna run through these super chats and then we getting over to Open Gym to see what Damo's temperature is. We got to check that out. Pimp named Slickback said same dude who said Cam Thomas is the best scorer in the NBA. Some dude named Devin said like this if Ron got waist beads on. If you didn't like it, you were wrong. Devin also said like this if Ron scared a ticket. If you didn't like that, you're wrong again.
I like that one. I actually like that
one. That's fine. Coulter Saunders said Ron is a bad look. Take the cape off. Yada yada yada. Yeah, right. I'll never take that cape off.
I like that one too.
Mad Max Sports Talk said the final starts Saturday.
I can't wait for that series to start tomorrow. I can't wait.
That is gonna be
early Ox. Send me that money when Denver wins. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh, y'all got money on it?
Yeah, me and Early, we got 500, and me and Ox doing 50 a game.
For who?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we are.
You think Jalen gonna forget?
I did forget. I gotta write it down. I've been on pain meds and shit like that. So
I got you. All good. We'll just wait to end this series. 50 a game. So we
made a high bet.
Yeah, I did for sure.
We're gonna clean up this year, man.
Yo, bro, I've been on pain meds, edibles, all types of shit, bro. My fucking face hurts.
Styles Black said Doc did it with Ben and you love him ticket. Devin said
that's crazy.
DQ said let's go Pacers, baby. Chip said I'd like Harris on the Mavs if we could sign and trade Tim Hardaway Jr. TK or Tino's Ball said just letting y'all know KP will be back by the Eastern Conference Finals. And last but not least, Jamal said y'all see Pat Bev's antics during and after the game last night.
Yeah, we
hey Jalen, so 50 a game, that means that's so 50 a game, right? But let's say if somebody gets swept, add an extra 100 on it. So if there's a sweep,
okay,
if there's a sweep,
so it'll be 300.
If Denver gets swept, you owe me 300.
Anybody want to bet on the Pacers?
That's fine, 100%.
Yeah.
Who wants to take the bet Orlando versus Boston?
I think so.
Who wants to take the bet Orlando versus Boston?
I got Orlando winning this game.
I guess I'm trying.
Oh, for the Pacers next series, honestly, I'd need like some crazy odds. It's so
Jalen, we're trying to go to open gym. We need to get
hey,
dollars a
open
billion.
gym is not next.
Come on.
It is now.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all be easy. Go over there. We'll see y'all soon.